Nice. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing out there? Nice.
Lovely to see you all in our first class of 2021.
Oh, dang.
Thank you so much for anyone that joined us for New Year's Eve. And if you didn't, you saw just how much fun it was.
Yep.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Me and Jay are also DJs. I don't know if you guys knew that. We cook stuff. We have business and we're DJs. So, for those of you joining us for the first time, my name is Tyler.
I'm Sarah.
This is Sarah over here. We've got
my husband behind the controls and the sound effects today.
The one and only Jason McKinney. He's actually producing the show. So you know what that means. No idea what that means.
No idea what's going on. Alarm's going off over there.
Chef Jackson knows what that means, though. Yeah. That's correct. There he is.
Awesome.
What's up, bud? Yeah, nice coat.
Nice coat,
Looking
buddy.
good, young man.
Very nice.
Look at that coat. Oh. Nice.
Awesome.
Amazing. So, with that, very excited to make this classic dish, right? Which is steak and Béarnaise, okay? Which is like one of the most classic steak dishes that you can make. And to be completely honest, when we were back in the restaurant, no joke, every time we put Béarnaise sauce on the menu, we used to do the Béarnaise high five, okay? And we'll just give you an example of how that works. Basically, if you got some Béarnaise sauce going, yeah, you can give the Béarnaise high five, okay, to anyone around you.
Yeah, if you got to high five yourself.
Yeah, Andrew Powers giving us the Béarnaise high five from space.
Hillary, that was great. I saw that.
Hillary
that was nice.
nailed it.
Jennifer, thank you.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Bam.
Oh, that's right.
There we go.
Nice. Get that Béarnaise high five. So we'll make sure to hit it up again.
Yeah, we'll do a couple practices before we get to the final.
Yeah. Once we're finalized, that's when the real Béarnaise high five happens.
Awesome. And we kind of did a fun experiment last time, but we always like to make sure you guys know where the chat bar is for these classes.
Ooh, yeah,
so we have a couple rules. Video on and mute on.
Yeah. So all of you out there that don't have your video on, right? The Winkles iPad. Okay.
There we go.
Lori,
nice.
David.
Thank you, David.
Laura McIntyre.
Hey, Kathy. Nice.
Jacqueline Harris. Sophia. Where you at, Sophia? We want to say hi.
Awesome. But we love having your video on so we can see your beautiful faces. And also, if there's a problem, we can go in and we can diagnose for you.
Yes.
That's going to be really crucial because the sauce is arguably the hardest part of this recipe.
Diagnostics.
Awesome. And then if you have any questions at all, we want you to be able to utilize the chat because Tyler and I are watching that chat. So is Jason. He's going to be responding to you. So before we get carried away, tell us what number truffle shuffle class is this for you?
Yeah.
And if it's your first, let us know it's your first and go ahead and find that chat and go ahead and type it in there. 2, awesome.
Yeah, how many times you cooked this?
Very cool. The first time. Welcome, everybody.
We have done 500 classes.
Andy, welcome. Chris, welcome.
Look at this.
Oh
2
my gosh,
question
so
mark,
many.
11 or 10.
We've got a lot of people where it's their first time. This is pretty cool.
Look at that. We got the lucky 13. Someone said 0.
Almost every week. Love that.
Maisha, 25th.
Patty, welcome.
Right.
Awesome. Alex, welcome. 15
nice.
plus. I like seeing that. Jenny, what's up, Jenny?
What's up, Jenny? Chef Cashew is in
the
house, right? It's Chef Cashew.
Yeah. There we go. There he is.
Where's he at? He's our influencer. There he is.
There he is.
What's up,
Chef?
Hello. I was getting nervous when Chef Cashew is here.
I know the pressure's on.
The pressure is on.
What's up, Lisa? Very cool. Well, for anyone who it is their...
Chef Jackson has been cooking with us Science May. Science May, I think.
I like that. That's the scientific way of...
Right. Science.
Very cool. Well, we're like a big family here at Truffle Shuffle. We're going to have a ton of fun, and we're going to have an amazing dish at the very end. So, Tyler, do you want to share it since we have so many first-timers? Do you want to maybe share our background?
Yeah, so we met, right? All of us met, being myself, Jason, and Sarah, at a restaurant in the Napa Valley called the French Laundry. We're there for an extremely long period of time, right? Whenever you work 1 year there, it's like working 2 years anywhere else, right? Because you work like 16 hours a day.
That's like dog years.
Yeah, it's like dog years. And so we were there, but as we were there, we were always the ones that wanted to do our own thing, right? And make an impact. So we decided to leave the restaurant, start our own business. And honestly, the goal at the beginning was just maybe we could hustle enough truffles to make enough money to have a restaurant, right? And then as we were doing that, we launched a line of truffle products, right? Which we got some Balinese Truffle Salt in your kit.
In the kits.
All right. And there are more truffle products located on our website. Okay, but we got that lined up, and then when COVID hit, right, legitimately we had like 20 pounds of French black truffles in our refrigerator, right? We took all of our money that we had, spent it on truffles, and as the truffles arrived in the United States, every restaurant shut down because the first shelter-in-place happened in San Francisco, or in the Bay Area. So literally we were stuck. All of our money was in highly perishable, highly expensive inventory, right? And we had nowhere to sell the truffles. So it was not a good investment, I guess you'd say. And so honestly, we had to think quickly, and we thought, you know, if we sold meal kits to people, right? And we put the truffles in the meal kits, and then to kind of differentiate ourselves, we're like, well, we'll show them how to cook it because we know how to cook.
Maybe they want to cook with us.
Right. So that's how we started doing it, and now we are here.
And our first class sold out in 3 hours. Since March of last year, we have cooked with over 100,000 people, and we have done 500 classes so far. So we're super honored for you to be in our first class of 2021. It is incredible. And on top of everything else, for every kit that you purchase, we're able to give back to someone in need.
Mm-hmm.
And at the height of the shelter in place, it's usually frontline healthcare workers. And we've got a lot of fun giving back initiatives going into this year. So I'm excited to share those with you in future classes.
Yeah. Awesome. So Jason wants you to know it was a Hail Mary.
Awesome.
Nice. So with that, we're going to jump directly into our kit.
Let's do it.
Okay, and we wrote a lovely recipe card, right? This is my version of literature that I get to share with all of you. Very exciting. So you want to go ahead and bust out that recipe card. Deepika, if there are any strange video effects going on, it's because we have none other than Chef Jason McKinney on the helm, right? So that's the reasoning for that. So the way that we break down this recipe is the same way that we teach chefs at the restaurant, right? Which is, first we have what we call our mise en place, right? Which is a French term that means all that stuff you're going to need, right, for the recipe. Okay, so that means all your equipment, all of your ingredients, okay, any aprons and or t-shirts, right, truffle shuffle shirts, or chef hats, right, or any, like Chef Jackson was showing off that chef coat. I think we had Charlene over here too. She was showing off that chef hat as well, right? That's part of your mise en place, okay? And so I'm just going to go through the mise en place real quick. So first things first, right, put on that chef hat, okay? So first things first, put on that chef hat, right? And we're going to need a cutting board. All right, so as you can see, we got our beautiful cutting board over here. All right. We will also need a pair of tongs. Nice. Yeah. Excellent. And then we will need a metal and or glass mixing bowl. Okay, we're using metal over here, right? If you're using a glass mixing bowl, or if you're using plastic too, it does work, but your eggs are going to take about twice as long to cook, okay? Because metal is a conductor of heat. Glass and plastic are insulators.
So if you have the choice, go metal.
Yeah, if you got the choice, go metal. Okay, we always roll pretty metal over here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
We err on the side of metal.
Yeah. So next, we will need a 1 tablespoon measure, right? Which conveniently can also be a tablespoon. Funny how that works.
1 tablespoon measure, 1 tablespoon.
Yep. Excellent. We will need a knife. All right. Oh yeah. So you can see Sarah stabbing the air with that knife. All right. You will need a knife. We will also need a plate. Okay. And you will see on our plate is our steak. Okay. Yeah, Mel. Beautiful steak on that plate over there.
Awesome. So if you do not have your steak
Look at
resting
this.
already, that's perfect, Mel.
Yeah, you want to just follow what Mel's doing over here.
Yep.
Mel, can we see that steak again?
Woo!
Unbelievable job placing that steak
Nice.
on that plate.
Oh, Jacinth and Kevin, nice. Paul,
Nice. Oh, we got
Her
Paul
patty.
Matthews over here.
Nice.
And then Kevin,
there
can
we
we
go.
see that steak again? Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful steak.
Nice.
Chef.
Angelina, perfect.
Oh, we got
Nice
Angelina
steak,
showing
Chef.
off that lovely USDA Prime New York strip steak.
And it's American Wagyu too, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty
American
exciting.
Wagyu actually exceeds the USDA Prime category. For real, they don't even have like a category to differentiate like the Wagyu fat content versus normal. But not to get sidetracked, we'll also need a whisk
Over here.
for whisking. All right. We will need a mesh strainer, right? If you don't have one of those, you can use any other kind of strainer. Diane, you have a beautiful strainer over there. Nice. So, you want a mesh strainer, right? Or some other kind of strainer. Basically, at the end of the day, all we're going to use that for is for making sure the solids in that Béarnaise reduction don't make it into the actual finished product, okay?
You said whisk or whiskers?
We said whisk, chef.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, get those whiskers out of here.
Yeah, get those whiskers out of here. We will also need a large saute pan, right? Like this. Et voila.
Awesome. And that's
Alright.
gonna be for cooking our steak. Correct?
That's for cooking steak, okay?
Make sure that steak fits in there.
And then we will need some plastic wrap.
We got it.
All right. In French, we call it plastique. C'est bon. All right. And then we will need a spoon to complete this recipe, okay? So you want to go ahead, all right, open up your utensil drawer, okay? If someone could just take a minute with us, open up your utensil drawer. Okay, you're going to look into that utensil drawer and you're going to see a spoon that is speaking to you, okay? Speaking directly to you. So go ahead, select that spoon, all right? And then hold that spoon up to the camera. And we need to form together as we go on this steak and Béarnaise journey, right?
Oh, we got
yes.
Scallion over here.
Look at this.
We have Jesse.
Oh,
over
Jesse,
here.
look at that spoon.
Oh, we have Peter
Chef
Graffinino.
Peter Graffinino, lovely spoon. Chef Jackson, can we see
We
this
have
spoon?
Chef Jackson
Nice.
over
Oh
here.
my gosh.
And then we got the
Nice
Jarrett
spoon.
Oh, we
family.
got the Jarrett family. Look at that spoon.
We got Lauren over here.
Lauren showing that spoon off. Oh my gosh, look at that.
We got Kathy Raymond over
Kathy
here.
Raymond, can we see that spoon, please?
And then we got Laura McIntyre.
All right, Laura.
Nice. There we go, Laura.
Wow.
We got Lily over here with that chef hat.
Lily, look at that chef hat and that spoon.
We got Jeanette over here.
Jeanette.
And Farley.
All right, Ann Farley, let's see that spoon. Oh, wow. Look at, we got
Bernard, nice spoon.
nice Pamela.
Nice
And then
spoon,
we got
Pamela.
Todd F down at the bottom. Todd is potentially in Disneyland showing us that spoon. Hong Kong Disneyland. Love that.
We got Chef
Oh, we
Charlene
got
over
Chef
here.
Charlene and Shauna. Where is Shauna at? Look at this spoon over here, Charlene.
Doug Williams over here. Let's
Oh.
see that
That's a
spoon.
nice spoon.
Let's see it, Doug. Oh,
All right, then Brenton, you're going to need a spoon without any holes in it.
all right. Brenton, you need a spoon with no holes in it,
No
Chef.
holes in that spoon.
That's all right. I believe in you.
Nice.
Basically, we just need a based spoon.
Space.
We're going to baste it up,
Based.
okay?
It's all
So-
about the based.
Correct. Yes. So, now that we have formed like Voltron, okay, the other item that we need is, so we're going to need 3 pots to make this recipe happen, okay? So, just to show you, I got a selection of pots over here, right? Or we'll go right here, right? So I got 2 pots that are of the smaller size, okay? 2 about 2-quart pots, right?
Right.
And then I got one more guy that's a little bit larger, right? That I filled up halfway with water, okay? And so I know I wrote this recipe saying 2 quart pots and a small pot. But to be honest, I know sometimes people don't have that many pots at their house, okay? So you want to take the larger pot that you have, fill it up halfway with water, okay? And then if you have 2 other pots, we're going to utilize them for our Béarnaise reduction and for our clarified butter, okay? But if we're going to be completely honest, for the clarified butter, you don't even need a pot, right? You just need to melt the clarified butter. We can do that in many vessels.
A pan, if you have one of those little Pyrex pitchers.
Chef Mike,
great.
right?
Chef
And-
Mike, yep.
Greg wants to know, did you say fill it up with wine or water?
We're going to fill it up with water on this occasion.
Craig, we're going to fill it up with water, Chef.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so Meredith is asking, are we going to be double boiling? That is correct.
There you go.
Ding, 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 ding.
So if you've got something that you usually use for double boiling, they can use the bottom part for that first guy, and then instead of that roll, use the top part.
Exactly. So that pot, right, that you filled up halfway with water, right, put it on the stove on low heat, all right?
Step one.
And so basically the idea is when we cook the eggs for this Béarnaise sauce, the steam that comes off of that pot halfway full of water is going to actually heat up the bottom of that bowl, and that's how we're going to cook the eggs. So very straightforward. Excellent. So that is our mise en place, okay? The next item that we need to go into is our ingredients. Patty, this is a family show. So we're going to go into our ingredients over here, right?
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I got a box right here.
Excellent.
Sorry, I'm distracted by Patty. All right, perfect. Let's do it. All right, in no particular order, I'm going to pull out all of these ingredients right now. First of all, I'll just mention, we have our steak already resting,
Oh,
right? That wasn't our kit. Perfect.
We got an example here for Patty.
There we go. That's a pot.
Patty, this is what we're talking about,
Yeah.
okay? Not that, I don't know what you're talking about, but this is what we're talking about.
Excellent. Wonderful. Can we eliminate the pot there, Chef? Get the pot out there. Thank you. Tarragon.
Living. You guys like our living herbs? You notice that we kind of upped our game with that one?
Speaking of herbs, we have some thyme and garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have a shallot,
Shallot.
and maybe you got one larger one or 2 smaller ones.
Yeah, however much shallot we sent to you, you're going to use all of it for this recipe.
White wine and champagne vinegar in one vessel
Conveniently located together.
Egg yolks,
Excellent.
canola oil.
Canola.
Thank you. We have clarified butter in this larger container,
Known as CB. Right?
and then whole butter in the smaller container. 2 very different uses today, guys. So just make sure you're using the right one.
Yeah,
So,
there you go, Justin. That's
clarified
those 2
butter
different
and whole
butters.
butter.
Chef. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
And then we have
Just in showing off the example of the 2.
nice.
Right, they're both butter,
They are.
but they are different.
They are different.
Okay?
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you, Chef.
Excellent.
perfect. All right, and then we have the peppercorns right here.
Oh,
Oh yeah. And the Balinese Truffle Salt.
what?
What?
Delicious.
Do you know this is all from a single family farm in Bali? Yeah, that Jason and I met on our honeymoon.
Yep.
Very cool. Awesome.
Nice. And so Lindsay's asking, is clarified butter and ghee the same thing? To be completely honest, they are, right? Many times ghee is cooked a little bit more than clarified butter. They actually toast the solids, which gives it a little toasty flavor.
Whoa.
Chef Jackson is making a tower of
An ingredients.
tower.
Tower.
Chef, amazing.
Amazing.
Is that a piece of Monte that you have over here?
He's always coming up with revolutionary techniques. I don't know.
Nice.
All right, and then if you elected for the truffle supplement this evening,
Yep.
a beautiful Paraguay black truffle there.
Yeah, good choice if you decided to go with those black truffles.
Take a look at that.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah, it's the height of the season, right? Between now and like the end of February is the best time of year for black winter truffles. Hmm.
Yeah. But then, coming from Europe, arguably later in the season,
Right.
we'll be doing Australian black truffle season. So
We got Australians. And over at Amy Jarrett's house, is this a snack attack? What is going on over
woo,
here?
snack attack!
Look at that.
What's up, guys?
Nice.
All right, awesome. That's all our ingredients.
Incredible. So we have all of our mise en place and all of our ingredients, okay? And so the way we like to communicate on here with one another, right, is with a certain hand gesture, which, Chef Jackson, could you help us out and show
Can
everyone
you give us a demo there, Chef?
what hand gesture we're looking for
What are we looking for?
right now? So Chef Jackson, we're going to come in there. Oh, look at that thumbs up.
Thumbs up!
It's called thumbs time, okay? So let's see some thumbs time
There's
out
one
there.
that's sour.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
oh.
Oh!
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah,
Oh,
so
we got
let's see
some
that thumbs up.
right now,
Oh, we got Sabrina out there.
Oh, we got
Peter Green. Oh, with the noisemaker. Nice. Oh, we got Kevin out here and Jacinth with the thumbs up.
We got Patty out here.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Mike Segler over here.
We got Mike with the American flag apron.
Oh, we got Chelsea Blackwell.
Nice with the trouty.
Oh, we got Alyssa over
Oh,
here.
let's see it, Alyssa. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh.
And we got
Nice.
Sal Don over here.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
Sal over here. Let's see that thumbs up.
Awesome. And then Charlene Bloss in the house.
Nice. Charlene Bloss. Charlene, can we see a thumbs up, please? Amazing. Thank you, Maisha. See that thumbs up? Oh,
Nice pie!
look at that.
Nice otter!
Oh, it's an otter. Yeah. Nice otter.
Then we got a little thumbs up down here.
Oh,
Little thumbs up!
Then we got the entire Taylor family over here.
Oh, well, you see some thumbs ups out there. Nice. All right. Now that we have confirmed that we have our mise en place and our ingredients, right? Sarah, Meredith is Meredith, Lilo, Nancy, Matt, and the rest of the team over there is asking, when do we make the cocktail?
Right now.
How about now,
How
Chef?
about
Does that work for you? Does right now?
Right?
Yeah.
Right now?
Right now is a good timeline to use. Yep.
I'm coming in. I'm coming to save the day.
Yeah, that's how we do it in the
Awesome.
kitchen. The answer is now or sooner than now.
Yeah.
Right?
That is usually
The only two actual answers.
So, Chef, can you grab me some ice?
Oh. How does right now sound?
Right
Does that work for you?
It works for me.
Perfect.
Thank you. Awesome. So, yes, we will go into the cocktail right now. We usually just like to make sure we've got all of our mise en place in place. Then we can get a cocktail in hand, and then we start cooking. So we're going to do that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So, perfect. I'm going to get the little bit of mise en place that I'll need. So I have my 2 glasses right here. I'm going to make this cocktail in a little shaker. But if you have a mason jar, you can use that too. If you will not be shaking up your cocktail today, maybe you don't have a cocktail shaker, that is totally, totally fine. Really, the only reason you would want to shake a cocktail is to potentially add air and a little bit of effervescence to it. So it is completely not necessary, but my rule of thumb is if the cocktail has acid in it, lime or lemon juice or grapefruit juice, you can feel free to totally shake it. I know a lot of times, sometimes cocktails with orange juice, you don't necessarily shake it, but you're always more than welcome to. I think that's the one exception to the rule. Okay, perfect. So our last ingredient is the Mise cocktail mixer. And this cocktail today, I figured we'd start with a classic. And this one is pretty flexible as well. So if anyone is feeling a little under the weather there at home, yeah, awesome. Thank you, Jason. If anyone's feeling a little under the weather there at home, you can actually turn this into a hot toddy as well. And if you want to do that and have a warm cocktail, you can add a little bit of whiskey to this, and then I would say add about a 1/4 cup of water and heat it up. So it's kind of a fun little tidbit there.
Nice.
But I'm going to make mine iced today, and so if you want to follow along with me, I will talk you guys through it. So a Mise is a Prohibition-era cocktail, and really it started out, and the reason why honey is such an important ingredient here, and you don't see it in too many other cocktails, is really because at the time something called bathtub gin was extremely popular. And that didn't necessarily mean that the gin was made in a bathtub, but a popular mixer in your home, like a vessel to mix a large quantity of liquid in your home at the time, was a metal bathtub. So it gained the name of bathtub gin. People were mixing things in their home. And it had a lot of this volatile acid, so it was really, really strong. Imagine drinking like Everclear right now. It was not good. It was not something you wanted to drink by itself. So people added honey to add that sweetener to it to make it a little bit more drinkable. So the bee's knees was popular at that time due to that combination. But today in your mixer, what we have is our brown butter truffle honey, a little bit of lemon juice, and then we made a simple syrup and steeped that simple syrup with a little bit of thyme and rosemary. So it's going to be a little bit more savory. For this cocktail, you can mix it with gin, vodka, or as I mentioned before, whiskey. If you want to drink, if you're using whiskey, you can do it hot or cold. Either way will work totally fine. I'm going to go the classic route, and I'm going to use gin today. So I've got the St. George Terroir gin. This is actually brewed with a little bit of Douglas fir tips. So I think that is, thank you for the graphics there, Jason. That's the Douglas fir will really play off the thyme and rosemary nice. That's why I picked that gin. Awesome. So in my cocktail shaker here, I'm gonna pour all of my mixer. Awesome. And anytime you're working with honey in the future, it's really hard to mix with. So make sure you kind of heat it up and mix in a little bit of water before you use it in your cocktails at home if you're remaking this ever again.
Yeah, if you make honey hot, it turns liquid.
Yeah, that's true. And then you also, if you're going to be using it in a cold format, you kind of have to water it down a little bit so it doesn't seize up when it hits the ice too. Awesome. And then our mixers always make 2 cocktails, so I'm going to add a total of 4 ounces of gin to this, so 2 ounces per cocktail.
Yep.
Yeah, Bernard, you can definitely get thanks. You plugged it for me. You can always get the brown butter truffle honey from us at truffleshufflesf.com.
Yeah, we make it.
We do make it. We make so we don't use a co-packer ever. We make everything in house.
Yeah.
So that brown butter honey too. And that's kind of fun. So it's all things coming from the West Coast. So we use a honey called Marshall's Farm. The butter is coming from Clover Dairy up here in the Bay Area, and then the truffles are actually from Oregon as well. So everything from the West Coast, kind of fun. So now I've got ice in here. I have my mixer. I have my 4 ounces of gin, and I'm just going to shake it up for about 30 seconds.
Nice. You want to shake it up out there, okay?
And if you're making your cocktail just in the glass, go ahead and add your spirit first, then the mixer. If you did it reversed, it's totally fine. And then just give it a little stir with the ice in your glass, and you'll be totally good to go. I think we got about 10 seconds left.
Oh, yes.
Hey, get over here. These are ice cold.
Jason's trying to get us some tunes over here.
We got him shaking it up out there.
A blender bottle is always
There you
perfect
go.
to
Oh,
serve.
Charlene is shaking it up.
All right, we're going for another 30 seconds.
Oh, over at Patty's house, they shook it up over there. Yeah, they did. Look at this. There you go. Meredith is shaking it up. Oh, yeah.
Orlando.
Let's see it, Orlando.
We got Kevin shaking it up out there.
Oh, Kevin, master
Nice.
at shaking it. Jenny Gruber knows how to shake it. There you go, Jenny.
This dog is shaking it up over there.
Whoa.
At this 4-legged animal.
He's shaking it up. Okay, great. Now that we've all sufficiently shaken it up, I'm going to pour this over our ice cubes into our glasses here. Dip it out evenly. And then you can always garnish this with a little sprig of herbs if you have an herb garden, or a little slice of lemon if you've got some citrus at home. Either of those are great.
Oh, those look great, Peter.
Dang, look at that.
Let me know if you guys want to shake it up a little bit more.
I'm going to do a little lemon wheel.
Yeah, 4
and
more
a
minutes in
sprig
that
of
song.
rosemary. I think we're good. All right. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Jason, one for you.
Look at that.
Excellent.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Let's
Cheers,
see those
everyone.
cocktails
Cheers.
out there.
Yeah, let's see those cocktails. How's it looking? Nice, man.
Oh, we got Kirk Hotel over there.
Okay, Kurt.
There we go. We got Chelsea Blackwell.
Oh, Chelsea, let's see it.
We got Pamela Blackwell over here. They might be related. We got Lori over here. Oh, we got Carrie Francis.
There you go, Carrie.
Oh, we got Joelle over
We
here.
got Joelle out here.
Then we got Monique and her cat.
What's up there, Monique?
What's up, cat?
Look at
That's
this
a dog.
cat.
Is that a cat? Is that a dog?
All right, and we got Christina. Cheers, Christina. Natalie Nickel, cheers to you. Oh, yeah. Look at these cocktails, Darlene. Beautiful cocktails.
And speaking, now that we're all getting excited, we've got some awesome questions in here. Can we go back to the chat, Jason? So Ashley, you can use a cast iron for this, no problem, right?
100% confirmed.
100%. Go ahead and use that. We just like using stainless steel
Mhm.
because I think it's a little easier for people to see what's going on in our pan. And then the beef today, Tyler. I know we purchased from Newport, but can you tell them a little more about the beef?
Yeah, it's from Snake River Farms. So out in Idaho, it's like a co-op, and they raise what's called American Wagyu beef, right? So Wagyu is literally, it means Japanese cow. Like in Japanese, wa means Japanese, and gyu means cow, right? So it's a Japanese cow. A lot of times when people think of Wagyu beef, they think of like Kobe beef, you know, with that, it's like wicked fatty.
Or it's like a technique more so.
Right. Well, it's like super, super fatty,
Mhm.
right? And so that breed has that kind of genetics where it's got a higher fat content, but then they breed it with an American cow, which is called a Black Angus, right? Which has an excellent texture and meat content, right? So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get the fat and the meat. And personally, it is my favorite kind of beef, which is why we share it with you, right?
It's right there.
That is a dairy cow, but it is an example of a cow, right? Right here.
Is it a Jersey cow when it's black and white like that?
Yeah, that's a Jersey cow. They milk those cows.
Anyway, good representation, Mason.
Yep, that's an
and then
example
the
of a
last
cow.
question was about non-alcoholic spirits that you can use. So just to directly answer your question, if you're looking for a non-alcoholic spirit, like something you can use in mocktails, I usually use, I don't drink alcohol and I use seedlip at home. But if you just want to use this mixer, you can top it with sparkling water, and that'll work well. All right, perfect.
Nice. All right, so we're going to jump right into our prep, okay? And the first thing that we're going to do is get this Béarnaise reduction going, okay? So let me just ask a quick question. How many of you have made sauce Béarnaise before? Any of you made Béarnaise? Yeah. Over at Jess and Allison's house, yeah, Allison's made it. I think Andrew from Space is confirming that he has made sauce. Yeah, sauce Béarnaise.
Chef, does it stay together
Yeah,
in that atmosphere?
Chef, is it different in that in the stratosphere? Is it slightly different?
Slightly
Okay,
different.
perfect. So with that, right, Béarnaise is a derivative of Hollandaise. Okay, and so you know that we come from the French culinary tradition over here. So basically, sorry, I'm getting distracted over here.
I know.
So
Jason's distracted.
there's 5 different kinds of mother sauces, right? And Hollandaise is one of them. So Béarnaise is basically a tarragon flavored Hollandaise. Okay. There you go.
So we played a really fun game with the last class, and I think that we should do it for this one too, if that works. The first person, and some people got a little confused last time. I'm not asking for 5 sauces. There are 5 mother sauces. And if you can be the first to name all 5 mother sauces, we just gave you one, you will win a kit on us with the truffle supplement for next week's sushi class. Okay. So, yep. You guys got to get all 6 though. Like type me out all 6 in one chat though. Okay. Sourdough is not one, but that's great.
Sourdough, not quite.
Not quite. Can you imagine like a sourdough sauce? I could be into that.
Yo, bread sauce is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get all 5 in one comment.
All 5 in one comment. So list it out for me, okay? And the first person to get all 5, and don't look it up. If you take too long, I'll know you looked on the internet.
Yeah, how is beurre blanc not a mother sauce? That makes no sense.
I know.
These guys wrote the rules 100 years ago. We don't have to play by the
David,
symbols.
soy sauce is not one. We're talking about like the
Very
French
close, Mike.
culinary
Very
practice.
close.
Maggie, Béarnaise, Bechamel,
Very
Hollandaise,
close.
Velouté, Espagnole, Hollandaise, Béarnaise, Burlaise, Espagnole, and Bechamel, Hollandaise, white wine, Velouté, Espagnole, and
You
tomato
guys are
sauce.
so close.
So close. Bordelaise should be a mother sauce.
Hot sauce. I like that.
Hot sauce. Nice.
Jose says all 5 mother sauces are hot sauce.
Sriracha, mustard, and mayo. Nice.
Vodka, gin, wine, whiskey.
Bechamel,
It's
Velouté, Espagnole, tomato, Hollandaise, and mayonnaise.
Was that 6?
What are we missing here?
No,
Wait.
no, it's butter, sage, marinara.
No, Pamela, right?
All right, what about Béarnaise, Bechamel, Hollandaise, Velouté, wine, Béarnaise, Bechamel, Hollandaise, Velouté, tomato, and Espagnole. That's it.
Yeah.
What's up?
Right here.
Pamela's?
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Pamela.
All right, Pamela, you're our winner.
Nicely done, Pamela.
Nice job. Yeah, awesome. So we're going to be
Yeah,
making,
there she is.
like Tyler said,
What up,
woo! Nice. You guys are joining us for the sushi class next Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific. So it'll
Beautiful.
be a ton of fun with Master Sushi Chef Jackson Yu.
Patty says Heinz 57.
We will, amazing. But we will chat a little bit more about that later. I think we're all ready to get to cooking.
Yeah. Excellent. So with that, we're going to make the reduction that's going to be used for our sauce béarnaise, okay? So step 1 is we are going to need to pick the tarragon and slice the shallot, right? And so we got Chef Sarah McKinney, all right, showing us how to do that.
All right, I'm going to do it. So we are going to use all of this tarragon, but for this first little part, I am going to just kind of cut off half of this bunch. Maybe it's easier if I just pull it off here. Awesome. So I'm leaving half in our little container.
Mm-hmm.
Cut off the little bit that's got a little bit of dirt on it.
Beautiful.
Sorry. Put that in our compost there. I'm going to grab 2 little bowls here, you guys, just to make our little area clean. And then for this, we're going to save the stems. And I'm just going to go through this just like you're picking other herbs and get all of our little leaves off here just for now. And then we're going to go through and chop it up.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So as you can see, Sarah took half of the tarragon that we sent to you and is picking half of the tarragon, right? The rest of that tarragon is still whole in that little container over here. All right. And so what we want to do with this sauce is we want to use tarragon in a couple different ways, right? One is going to be a nice subtle tarragon flavor that we're going to infuse into our reduction that we put in our sauce. And then what she's doing right now is we're picking some of the leaves, that way we can chop them up and fold them into that béarnaise at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it gives that kind of brightness, right? Because anytime you use herbs, honestly with many ingredients, it's very nice to use some in the actual cooked product and then some at the end. You know what I mean? Like think about it, like black pepper, you always add a little bit while it's cooking and a little fresh at the end. Like Parmesan cheese, herbs are very similar. That's how you get those layers of flavor, right?
Yeah. It's just like, it's like donkeys. They have layers.
Donkeys have layers.
That's from Shrek.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, perfect. And if you have a sous chef over there, your sous chef can certainly help you as well.
Yeah, you can have your sous chef jump in too. All right.
Awesome.
And again, we're just picking the leaves off that tarragon. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to rough chop this stuff anyways. Okay.
Thank you, chef.
And then save the stems because we're going to put all the stems into this reduction. Beautiful.
Awesome. Cool. So I'm on my last little guy here. Perfect. I'm gonna take these
Troy
little-
says onions have layers.
They do.
They do. That's confirmed. Shallots do too.
It's also for sure. But onions have layers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't watch movies. I probably don't know about a lot of these
That's okay.
references.
Don't worry about it. All right. So I'm gonna go through and kind of just chop this rough one way. Get it back together and chop it the other way.
Yeah, and so if you guys notice, so all Sarah's doing at this point is just giving a rough chop to those herbs, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, right? We're just giving a nice chop, and we're going to finish the sauce Béarnaise right before we serve it with these fresh herbs, so it has that freshness and that really beautiful kind of anisey flavor that that tarragon adds.
So I'm gonna go back into my little bowl here.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
Okay, great. Perfect. And then we've got our little chopped bits. We'll leave our stems right there off to the side.
Stunning.
Clean up our board a little bit. Amazing. All right, perfect.
Excellent.
And then the second part of that step. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so the next part of this little step is we're going to take our shallot, or if you have 2 shallots, just do the same thing. We're going to cut up everything like Tyler said. I'm going to trim off this little frilly part here. And then I'm going to go through, and mine has kind of like 2 parts, I can tell. I'm just going to kind of use my hand and break those apart. And then each one of those, I'm going to go through and cut that in half.
Yep. And so with these shallots, right, all we're looking to do is slice the shallots up, okay? And it's going to go in this reduction, which we're going to strain out, right? So it's not crucial that all of this is like perfectly cut or anything like that, okay?
Right. Just like when you're making stock, it's like a rough chop. It's not our final product.
I'm going to be slicing it up.
Awesome. I'm taking off that first layer there.
All the paperiness.
All the paperiness.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it. We don't want it. But the compost wants it.
Yep.
So I'm going to put it right over here.
Perfect.
All right, awesome. And then just like that, I'm going to take our knife. And while using the claw on my little sous chefs, we're just going to chop it up.
Nice. There you go, Sarah.
Just like that. Nothing more than that. Very simple.
Slice up those shallots.
Slice them up.
Okay, so again, all that shallot that we sent to you, whether we sent you 1 larger shallot or 2 smaller shallots, you want to cut all of it, okay? And so you'll notice when you cut shallots or anything in the onion family, it lets out some sort of something that makes you want to cry, okay? And if you notice yourself getting some shallot tears going on, okay, there's a couple ways you can deal with that. One is you can honestly just keep drinking,
Yep.
right? That's how I usually do it, right? You just kind of work through the pain, okay? Or you can blame it on the fact that you are just have this beautiful song playing in your head, okay? And you are just tearing up because of the beauty of the words in this song, all right? So, again, you want to slice this shallot up, and if you happen to be tearing up, it's not because of the shallot, okay? Okay? It's because of the lyrics in this song. Oh, Patty, not crying at Patty's house. I'm not crying, you're crying.
Got Ansley and Justin over here.
Ansley and Justin. Ansley is not crying. It's just because of these lyrics. Oh, Lily. Chef Lily.
There is no crying in baseball. And Jacqueline, if this is your first time joining us, that's why we put prep during class. So if you prepped ahead of time, that is totally fine. You're just a little bit ahead of us, but we will never ask you to do anything. If we give you homework, we'll always send you an extra email telling you to follow up maybe something that needs to sit overnight or something like that. But for the most part, we do everything during class with you.
Exactly. All right, beautiful. So that brings us to step 2, okay? Which, at this point, we have our tarragon cut, right, and our shallots cut. All right, so you can see on my screen, look at those beautiful, right, that beautiful tarragon, that amazing shallot, right? Go ahead, smell that tarragon. But most importantly, we want to check out how your prep is looking to make sure we're all on the same page. So show us that tarragon and those shallots.
Oh, yeah,
all right, show it to the camera. We want to see how they're looking out there.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, Kurt. There you go. Oh,
we got Mel.
let's see it, Mel. Oh, let's see it, Mel. Nice. There you go, Brandon. There you go, Julia. Oh.
Alright, we got Scallion out there. Nice. Oh, we got Maya and Ainsley.
Alright, Ainsley, let's see it.
We got Ross Honey Cut over here. Oh, we got Jesse and Kevin.
Oh, Jesse and Kevin. Oh.
We got Abigail over here.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, we
Allison.
got Allison over here. And then we got Jennifer Gardy.
Oh, we got Jennifer Gardy over here. Oh, stunning.
Alright, let's see Tyler's dance moves.
What's up?
I think we just showed how cool we are at the club.
What's up?
We're just always like the coolest kids at the club, you know?
Exactly.
Yep. I think we
We
just
spent
proved,
a lot
we
of
just
time.
proved it.
Spent a lot of time at the club. All right, beautiful. So, at this point, right, we're going to make this Béarnaise reduction. All right, so what you want to do is take one of those pots, okay? And in that pot, we're going to place a couple of items. All right, so put any of those tarragon stems that you got in there.
And we're going to add a lot of things kind of all at once, guys. So we'll recap in just a minute.
Yeah. So, step 1 is we're going to place our white wine and champagne vinegar into this pot, okay?
Do we have our pot on any heat right now, Tyler?
It's not on the heat yet,
Not on the heat yet.
right? I'm about to turn the heat up in just a second. So, I got my champagne vinegar and my white wine, okay? I'm then going to add my shallots, okay? My shallots, okay? We're going to place our black peppercorns in there. These are all flavoring agents, right, for this reduction. And then the rest of that tarragon, okay? All right, so, again, that tarragon that Sarah chopped up, just keep it off to the side.
Forget about it until the very end.
Forget about it, right? But then the rest of that tarragon, all right, just go ahead and pop it into that pot. Okay, no need to pick it, no need to remove the stems from it. If you have any tarragon stems left over from picking them, pop them in there, okay? And then the next item that we need to add is a little bit of water, right? And the reason why we need to add this is because when you make a reduction, it's all about ratios, okay? And so with this, if we just did white wine and vinegar, it'd be a little too harsh, okay? And so I want to always lift it up a little bit on the palate, right? So that's why I'm adding a little bit of water to this to maintain the proper ratio. Okay, so go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons of water, right, to this pot over here. Perfect. And these are all the items needed for our Béarnaise reduction. Okay, so again, this is step 2. So we got in our prep during class, we got the white wine, our vinegar, our sliced shallot, black peppercorns, 3 tablespoons of water, and the rest of the tarragon in here. Okay, and those are all flavoring agents that are going to make this Béarnaise taste delicious. All right, and so what we're looking to do here is reduce this down very, very quickly. Okay, because you want to retain all the freshness in there. Whenever you cook things slowly, you get a more stewed flavor, right? When you cook things quickly, you retain freshness. All right, so I'm gonna come in here and turn my pot on high heat. All right, turn it all the way up, right? And we're gonna reduce this down by half. Okay, and it's only gonna take about 2 minutes or so, right? So again, get all those items in there, turn that heat up. All right, and we're going to reduce this down and infuse this sauce base with those flavors. All right, so Leo, if you are on an induction burner, you want to turn the heat up all the way, okay? And then, can we see this chat real quick? Beautiful. And so Chelsea's asking... Exactly. So yeah, Chelsea, the rest of the tarragon, so we picked half of the tarragon, right, and chopped it. And then the rest of that tarragon, you just want to put it in exactly stems and all, okay? Not the roots, right? You don't want to put the dirt in there.
So all we have left that's not in the pot is what we chopped up.
And then Jennifer is giving us a very good direction. You can also infuse yourself with white wine, right, as this reduction is becoming infused. Okay, yeah, over at Orlando's house too, they are infusing themselves as well. Yeah, any infusions that need to happen is it can happen right now. Look at this, Jennifer.
And
all right, over at Orlando's house, can we see what kind of infusion are you going with over here?
Nice.
Dang. All right.
Tequila.
Okay,
Very
Orlando.
Nice.
Nice. If you got some infusions, we'd love to see what kind of infusions you're working with as we are infusing this sauce base.
And then Caitlin made a comment, and so I don't know if you noticed, but our company is named after the Goonies, and none other than Chunk has his signed portrait here in our studio kitchen.
Nice.
Just want to show that off, Jason.
You want to pull it down?
Does it come down? Yeah, I guess so. There he is. What up? It says 2 Team Truffle Shuffle. Congrats on your venture. Keep up the delicious work.
Bow.
Bow. No, I'm never going to get it back on the wall.
Mainsley likes that.
Thank you.
And so, what's Chelsea saying over here?
He's never going to get back on the
She's drinking tea.
Drinking Kier. What's Kier? So, over at Chelsea, what is Kier? Cassis and white wine. Nice.
Whoa, for real? Cool.
Look at that.
Awesome, guys.
Super cool.
Cheers.
Oh, creme de cassis, yeah. Amazing. So, what we want to do here, again, is just reduce this liquid down by half. So can you see my reduction going on over here? Right, so at this point, I'm about 10 seconds away from this being ready. Right? So I move it around from time to time. And again, we're just infusing all of these flavors into this liquid. So check it out. So you see over here, I still got some liquid left, right? And it's been infused with that tarragon, the shallots, the peppercorns, right? All those items. And so what you want to do is you just want to strain this into like a little bowl or something like that. Okay? So use your strainer, whether you got a mesh strainer or like a pasta strainer or something, they'll all work, okay? In the kitchen, we call this a passoire, right? It works super well when you're straining like small amounts. So, get everything into that strainer and then make sure you press down on those shallots and that thyme, right? And peppercorns to get as much of that reduction out of there as possible, okay? Because the shallots and the tarragon, the shallots and the tarragon and the peppercorns, they really soak up a lot of that reduction, so you make sure you get all of it out of there, all right? Stunning. And there you have it.
And we'll just set this off to the side, right, Chuck?
So you just want to set it off to the side. So we're not going to use these shallots for anything, right? You can try eating them. They're pretty good, right? If you want. But we're not going to need them for this recipe. So I'm just going to put them off to the side. But this over here, all right, this is our Béarnaise reduction, okay? And so if you want, you can come in here and just try a little bit of it. It is unbelievably strong in the flavor, right? But that's the idea behind sauces. It's all about concentration of flavor. So if you got that Béarnaise reduction strained, if you got that Béarnaise reduction strained, right, and in a little bowl, I would love to see how it's looking over here. All right, so
What do you think, Tyler? You should end up with like about a couple shots of it, huh?
you really want to think about Béarnaise reduction not in terms of
Yeah, Chef
cups.
Cashew, that's looking great.
Not in terms of
Anderson and
cups.
Kevin, nice.
But you want to think of Béarnaise reduction in terms of shots, right? So you want like 2 shots of Béarnaise reduction, okay?
All right, let's
So
see that
we're
reduction
looking for
out
about
there.
4 ounces.
So let's see that Béarnaise reduction out there. Oh, dang.
All right, we got Jesse.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, just Kevin. That is the perfect amount of reduction.
There you go, Brenton.
Look at that reduction at Brenton's house.
Oh, we got Patty over here.
Nice, Patty.
We got Carrie over here.
Oh, beautiful reduction.
David and Sharon.
Mike Pegler. Oh, there you go, Ross.
Nice, guys.
Beautiful. So you want like 2 shots, right, of that Béarnaise reduction. Don't actually drink it, okay? All right, so at this point, right, that pot of water that's been on low heat, right, we want to turn it up to a simmer, okay? A nice strong simmer, not like a really, really low simmer. Okay, not boiling, but just under boiling. All right, so mine's coming up, right? And the next move is we're actually going to melt down this clarified butter. Okay, so, yeah, exactly. So, Lauren, if you still have a good amount of liquid in your pan, right? Oh, yeah, there you go, Patty. That looks gorgeous. Right, if you still have a good amount of liquid in your pan, just turn the heat up a little bit, right? And it'll come right down. Beautiful. So, this next step that we're doing, all we're doing here is melting down this clarified butter. And if I can just nerd out a little bit on butter, right, and the cooking aspect of it. So basically, if you look at these two, right, side by side, this is whole butter, right, and this is clarified butter. And so what's the difference, right? So whole butter is technically an emulsified product, okay? So it's about 80% butter fat, right? It's about, in America, and then it's about 15% water, and then about 5% butter solids, okay? So we're doing our butter talk right now. We're buttering it up. So with clarified butter, right? Thank you. With clarified butter, if you cook whole butter, right, you separate it into its different parts, and when you cook all the water off, right, then you're clarifying the butter, right? And so all you do is then decant or strain off that pure butter fat. And that's all it is, okay? So clarified butter is pure butter fat, right? And in the French kitchen, we call it clarified butter, right? In Indian cuisine, they call it ghee, okay? Which many times is toasted a little bit, but it's the same exact thing. Same exact thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to melt this down, all right? So again, if you run out of pots at your house, you can use a saute pan, right? Or, to be completely honest, you can even use the microwave. Just pop this guy into a little bowl or something. Because all we're looking to do is to melt down this butter, all right? So we're just looking to melt this butter down, and then we're going to set it off to the side. And you'll notice when this butter melts down, you can see directly all the way to the bottom, and that's the clarified aspect of it, right? So, perfect. Amazing.
And how much clarified butter would you say you've made within your career at French Laundry?
In my entire career?
In your entire career.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, like 5,000 pounds of clarified butter.
French cuisine, gotta
Yeah,
love butter.
honestly, we used to clarify, I say every other day we clarify about 40 pounds of butter at the restaurant. And when you cook that much butter at once, you don't want to brown it, right? You want to clarify it, and you really do got to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, it goes from 0 to 60 very quickly. So, again, over here, I'm just melting this butter down, right? And that's all we're doing. You don't necessarily want to get this butter hot. You just want to melt it, okay? So, there you go. That's how mine's looking. Beautiful. So, at this point, my pot of water is simmering, okay? My butter is melted. My clarified butter is melted. The Béarnaise Béarnaise reduction has been reduced. And that tarragon is chopped. All right, so if you are there with us, we'd love to see a thumbs up to make sure everyone is on the same page as us over here. Woo! Nice. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Perfect. And if you're just a little bit behind where we're at, do not worry, okay? We'll get there, Serena. And so, yeah, Thera is asking, what if the butter is so hard it can't come out of the container? This is the technique over here.
I'm sorry.
Let butter go.
Yeah, right here.
So, if you guys can see my camera right here, you want to imagine this is full of clarified butter, right, Thera? You want to just do one of these moves, okay? Just put that butter into that hot pot of water, and then it'll come right out super quick. Easy money. Perfect. So, all right. So at this point, the next step is to make our sauce.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So, what we're going to do to make this Béarnaise sauce is take this mixing bowl, all right, and we're going to place all of our egg yolks into this mixing bowl. So, place all those egg yolks into that mixing bowl. Beautiful. Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. And then we want to place all of our Béarnaise reduction in there. So Sarah, would you want to show them what you want to do as you add that Béarnaise reduction?
I would love to. So we want to whisk as we add.
Yeah, you want to whisk it as you add that Béarnaise reduction, all right? Nice. Perfect.
And I want to keep whisking, right?
Exactly. So you want to whisk that reduction into those egg yolks, right? And let them get to know each other, right? Let them hang out there a little bit.
That's kind of the practice move, because we're going to do that with the clarified butter too, to make the sauce.
Exactly.
This is your tester.
And so the reason why you want that reduction to be whisked in is because if you pour that reduction in and you just let it sit, the eggs will actually coagulate a little bit, right? It's almost like ceviche, okay? And so, Charlene, you want to take all those ingredients for the reduction, right? Reduce it by half and use all of that reduction, okay? So we probably have about, what, like 3 ounces?
3 or 4 ounces.
We have about 3 ounces of that reduction over here.
Ours is, what we have here in the bowl is now like equal parts egg yolks and reduction, right?
Exactly. And the reason why, for those of you that have made hollandaise or béarnaise before, right? The reason why you want to add reduction is 2 reasons. 1 is for the flavor that it adds, but also 2, you always want to add a little bit of liquid, right, to the egg yolks because that allows you to emulsify the clarified butter in easier. If you don't do that, you always play this game making hollandaise where you add enough egg or add enough clarified butter and then you need to add a little water, right, and this and that. But if you add liquid to the yolks, it actually emulsifies much, much better. Beautiful. So, perfect. So at this point, we have our eggs and our reduction mixed together.
Yeah, we're kind of nice and foamy there on top.
Yeah. And let me just chat real quick about what we're about to do. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to cook these eggs on top of this pot of water. Okay, and that creates a bain-marie, right, or a double boiler, same thing. And so the idea is the steam that comes off of that water is going to heat up the bottom of that bowl, which will then cook our eggs, okay? And so one of the things to think about, whenever you're cooking, the most delicate protein is eggs, right? They cook the fastest, they're the most delicate, okay? And with that, we got to make sure that you're always whisking those eggs when they're on top of the pot. Honestly, the whole time, right, that you're making the sauce, because that makes sure that you're moving them around and they get evenly heated, right? You never want to let them sit on one side because that one side will cook and then you'll get scrambled eggs as opposed to this, right? So, with that, when we do this, we're gonna place the bowl on top of the heat, right? Whisk, 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 and take it off the heat every like 15 to 20 seconds, okay? And so I know it's gonna seem a little like a little disjointed at first, but you'll notice the eggs will cook and they will thicken up. And what you're looking for is a nice thick eggs that is actually hot to the touch, okay? So it's a completely cooked product. So as you can see,
you made a great point before.
Yeah.
The end texture that we're looking for is like a super thick milkshake.
exactly.
That's how you'll know you're done.
Exactly. You're looking for like a thick milkshake. And, you know, what we're making here is a hot mayonnaise, right? Mayonnaise is made with raw eggs and oil, right? Hollandaise or béarnaise is made with cooked eggs and clarified butter. So, super simple. So, you'll see, again, I got my pot of water simmering. I got my bowl over here. What I'm going to do is place that bowl on top, right? And I'm going to move my bowl around. And you want to use a towel, right, over your hands.
Or an oven mitt if you have
Or an oven mitt, right? And just whisk that guy up, right? And do not stop whisking. Okay, and then pull it off the heat. All right? And let the eggs catch up with the heat. And you really want to make sure you're getting the edges of those eggs because that's where they cook the fastest, is the edge. Right? And then I place it back on the heat and keep whisking. Right? So again, whisk, 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 whisk. About 15 to 20 seconds or so, pull it off the heat. Right? And so, I know we were saying it before, but if you are cooking with a glass bowl, right, or like a plastic bowl, this process is going to take about twice as long as it's going to take for me, okay? So just keep that in mind as you're doing it.
Thyra's wondering about how much longer. I think it's probably going to take twice as long, correct?
Two
With
times
the
as
glass
long.
bowl?
Yep, it's going to take 2 times as long. Exactly. So, again, as I'm cooking this, whisking, 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 stirring it up. And again, we're just very gently cooking these eggs, right? And you want to make sure to keep moving them to make sure that they cook nice and evenly.
And Tyler, as people are doing this, how do they know if they're doing it right?
You want to keep whisking it.
And
just keep whisking it.
And they can't overcook it in this part, correct?
Exactly. And so one of the things that is totally that you're looking for with this, right, is that you don't want to undercook the eggs, right? If the eggs are still really liquidy, that's not what you want. You want to make sure the eggs are nice and thick and fully cooked, okay? So, again, you can see I'm moving the sides of that bowl, right? Moving it down low. And my eggs are starting to thicken up, right? They're starting to thicken up a little bit, okay? And so you see how I'm starting to get those ribbons? I'm starting to see that trail. Starting to see that trail in my eggs, right?
Yeah.
So
Della wants to know, should their water be boiling?
So you want that water simmering. You don't want it boiling. You want it just under a boil, all right?
If it's at a boil, we're going to end up with like a soft scramble, right?
Yeah, if it's at a boil, it's just too hot. The steam itself is a little too aggressive, right? So you can see on my screen, you see how my eggs, again, are starting to thicken up, right? I'm going to go longer than this. So you want it to look like, honestly, you want it to look like a thick milkshake or like pudding almost. You know what I mean? Like you want these eggs to be fully cooked, right? So, again, placing those eggs back on the heat, right? Whisk, 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 whisk. Okay, pull it off.
And that's what our water looks like.
That's what our water looks like.
Kristen and
Nice.
Simona say our eggs are all foam. That means they're very close, right?
So if your eggs are all foam, Kristen, Simona, you want to keep cooking those eggs because you'll notice. You see how as my eggs cook, they get kind of lighter in color?
Yeah.
Right? They get nice and pale color. And you see how mine is not necessarily foamy. It's not super foamy. It's starting to get thick. Right? That's what you're looking for. So, I'm going to keep cooking mine. I'm so close over here on mine. Right? So close. Okay? I'm going to go back on there for about one more time. And I'm going to be ready to go. So you see how with mine, I really start to get, it starts to stick in my whisk a little bit. And as I pull that whisk up, and my eggs drop on top of each other, right? They kind of lay on top of itself, right? You see that? Beautiful. So I'm going to cook mine just a little bit more over here. And then we're going to be ready to go. And I know we're spending a lot of time on this step in the cooking process, but this is the most crucial step because as long as you cook the eggs right, the rest of the sauce is super easy. Okay, so I'm at the point where my eggs are fully cooked, right? And this is kind of a good way to test it too. So you see how my eggs look, right? And I can do the figure 8. Okay, so this is one way to test it. So grab that whisk in your bowl, right, and draw a figure 8.
Oh, nice figure 8.
Nice figure 8.
You see that? You see how you can still see it? And then also, too, if you want to take your finger and just put your finger into those eggs, it should be hot, right? It should be nice and hot, okay? So, at this point, I'm going to remove my eggs from the heat, okay? And just lay them off to the side. Okay, so I know that's kind of a lot to deal with all in one fell swoop. But, again, the cooking of the eggs is the most important part in this sauce. Okay, and you always want to lean a little more on the side of thicker than thinner. All right? So, over here, this is how my eggs are looking. All right? Nice and thick. And as you can see, I'm drawing that figure 8, right? So if you can draw that figure 8, we want to see how they're looking over there, okay? You see my figure 8?
There we
Oh.
go. Nice.
Beautiful. So you see how mine are nice and thick? Let's see them out there if those eggs are looking nice and thick and you can draw that figure 8. Nice. There you go, Jack.
Nice.
Yes. Christina, that's perfect.
Alright, we got, let's see that out there. We got Bree and Travis.
All right, Bree and Travis, can we see that?
Nice.
Bree, can we see those eggs real quick? Yeah, perfect.
That looks
Nice.
great.
Make sure you scrape the sides of the bowl down too.
Yeah, make sure you scrape the sides of that bowl, but that's looking great.
Awesome.
Yeah, really good.
Andy, if you on yours?
Alright, we got Bernard.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right, Bernard. Yeah, that's
Nice.
perfect. Perfect, Bernard. Perfect.
We got Andy Ellis over here. Nice.
All right, Andy.
Nice, Andy.
We got Jenny Gruber.
All right, Jenny Gruber. Let's see
Nice,
it.
Jenny.
Oh, stunning.
Awesome.
Alright, Maisha, how you doing over there?
Maisha, how are these eggs looking, Chef?
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
she's like, I know.
No, they're yeah,
That looks good.
beautiful.
All right, Mike and Maggie are
We got
Alright.
Jacqueline Harris over
Alright,
here.
Jacqueline.
nice, Jacqueline.
Yeah, that looks great.
And then Mike and Maggie, perfect.
Yeah, so Mike and Maggie, you want to cook those for like 1 minute longer, okay? Just a little bit longer. Nice, Connor. That looks great.
Oh yeah. We got Monique over here.
Let's see, Monique. Yeah, beautiful, Monique. Beautiful.
Alright, who else? Who else wants to show it to us? Alright, Jessica and Kevin.
You got Justine and Kevin. Let's see it, Kevin.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice. Make sure you keep whisking that, okay? Because the carryover heat.
We got Serena here.
Yeah,
looking
so
really good.
Serena, pull those off the heat. Those
Yeah,
are done.
take that off the heat.
That's finished.
Whisking it.
And just keep whisking it. But that's finished. That looks beautiful.
Alright, we got Kurt Flatow.
Let's see it, Kirk. Oh, nice. And just make sure you really whisk that, Kirk. Make sure you get the edges and keep it off the heat. But that looks great. It looks great.
Alright, we got Chow John over here. How's that looking?
All right, over at Tal's house.
Nice.
What do you think, Tyler? A little
Yeah,
bit more?
Yeah, so cook that for 1 more minute.
1 more minute.
Just 1 more minute, okay?
Crushing it, Jess.
Exactly. So Chris and Simona, it is a custard. What we're forming over here. It literally is a custard.
Alright, we got the Jarrett family. How's that looking over
All right,
there,
Jared
guys?
family, can we see this whisk? How's this looking?
Oh,
That is
nice.
perfect.
Looking
Nice.
really good. They're making a double batch. They got a big family.
Double batch.
We got Mary Lou over here. How's that looking?
All right, Mary Lou, can we see that?
Nice. That's looking good.
Nice.
Just keep whisking it.
Make sure you keep whisking those sides, okay?
Alright, we got Peter and Sonia.
Peter and
Anybody
Sonia.
else here?
All right. So yeah, that's good to go. So take that off the heat and just keep whisking it.
Alright, Jeanette, we're coming in there.
All right, Jeanette, let's see it. Nice.
Oh, nice.
That looks perfect.
Alright, we got Joelle.
Let's see it, Joelle.
Looks good.
Nice.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Nice. And Jacinta and Kevin, we are done with that water, so you can turn it off.
Exactly. All right, Troy, can we see it one more time? Yeah, that's. Oh my God,
Nice.
gorgeous, gorgeous.
How about Leo? How you looking over there, Leo?
All right, Leo. How's it looking?
Nice.
Nice. That's
Nice.
looking good.
So cook that for like 30 more seconds, Leo. Okay.
And then we got Mike over here. Mike wants to come and
All
check
right,
it out.
Mike Pegler, we're coming in there.
Alright,
What
we got
is
the
up?
Pegler
What's up,
family.
Jess and Mike?
Look at all the
Alright.
chefs over here.
Yeah, so you want to keep cooking that.
Alright, then, can we
Mike,
see the water?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah, Mike, how does your water? Sorry, I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. So, how's that water looking? Can we see that water? Yes, you want to turn the heat up on that water. You want to see it bubbling.
Yeah.
So turn the heat up on that water.
And should they have the eggs off until it comes to a simmer?
So turn it to about medium high, that water. Yeah, exactly. Boom.
Yep.
Beautiful. Nice. There you go,
Exactly.
Mike.
And then again, Mike, just on and off the heat the water just needs to be a little bit hotter, and then you will be right there. We'll definitely check back in with you and make sure you're all good. Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then Carter wants us to check.
All right,
them
let's check
out.
in there, Carter.
All right, how you looking, Carter?
Let's see it, Carter. And so, can you whisk that up? Can you move it around for us? Nice. So it's looking good. You just need a little bit more time, right? Which makes sense because it's a glass bowl, but it is looking beautiful.
Yeah, looking really good. All right, and then we got Lily here. All right, how you doing, Lily?
What's up, Lily? All right, so you got to cook it a little bit longer, okay?
Yeah, just a little bit longer. You're doing good.
Do you have a glass bowl? Okay, is it touching the water? The bowl? All right. Honestly, you can do it like that, but just make sure you're really whisking it nice and tight. And then, is the water in that bowl simmering, or is it not really? It is? Okay. So just keep whisking it, but just keep an eye on it, because if the bowl is actually touching the water, it goes from not cooked to totally cooked pretty quickly, okay? So you might have to pull that bowl out of the water from time to time, all right?
Then we got Kathy. All right, how you doing,
Kathy?
Kathy?
That looks
Woo!
gorgeous.
Oh,
That is,
beautiful.
Kathy, that is literally perfect. That is
Perfect, Kathy.
perfect.
Would you like to teach the rest of this class?
Yeah, Kathy, can we just hand it over to you?
And then we got Meredith,
All right, Meredith.
Lola, Matt,
Check it
and
out.
Nancy.
So you need a
little
little
bit
bit more.
longer?
A little bit more cook on that. You don't
Nice.
want it to stream off of that whisk. You want it to, exactly, perfect.
Act like a pudding cup.
And then Meredith was perfect.
Yeah, exactly,
Cheers.
Meredith.
There
You
you
need
go.
to-
You got it.
So Meredith, you need to oversee what's happening, okay? You need to
Yeah.
make sure you're
she is
monitoring,
crushing her position there, Chef.
nailing it.
Yeah. And Meredith was actually wondering too about possibly keeping the sauce. So do you want to weigh in on that? If someone's making a double batch per se?
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
just so you guys know, you cannot keep Béarnaise.
Cannot.
It is a one-shot deal.
One and done.
All right, Lauren.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful sauce base right there.
Yep.
Perfect job out there.
Nicely
Nice.
done. And so Sherry and Aaron,
We're coming in there.
All right, Sherry.
see it. Yeah, can you move it around? Yeah, you're almost there. And make sure you pull it off the heat from time to time, but you are so close. And make sure you get those edges too, okay? Get the edge. Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then we got Thera.
All right, yeah. There,
Alright, Sarah, let's check it out.
let's see it there. Nice. So that is just a hair too much. So put 1 tablespoon of water in there, and that'll be perfect. Okay.
But no more heat, right?
But no more heat,
Yeah.
Sarah. No more heat, but that's looking great. Awesome. So at this point, right, I got my eggs fully cooked. All right. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to start emulsifying in our butter. Okay. But before we do that, you want to get some baseline seasoning in this sauce. So, Sarah, you want to show us 1 pinch?
I would love to.
1 pinch of salt we're going to add to this base. Okay.
I
1 pinch.
Would absolutely love to. All right. Hang on.
All right. So as you can see, Sarah
Perfect.
is getting nice and up high,
Yep.
right? I'm whisking these eggs, and Sarah is giving me 1 pinch of salt.
We are raining
Oh.
truffle salt
Look at that.
because we want to share with everyone else in the house that
We
said,
wanna
I
share.
don't want to cook with you tonight.
Oh,
Make them so jealous that they're in the other room watching TV.
oh, beautiful. So go ahead, add 1 pinch of salt. All right, and then we're gonna get to adding our clarified butter. All right.
Awesome.
So we got our eggs cooked over here, right? And what we need to do next is add our clarified butter, right? But when we add our butter, you need to add it very, very slowly, right? And the first drop is the most important, right? So that first drop, make sure you really whisk it into that base because it kind of sets the pace for the rest of the emulsification, all right? So Sarah's going to help me stream in
Yeah.
My butter.
We're doing this together. If you are cooking by yourself, it's no problem at all. Just take it a little bit slower so you can kind of do whisk with one hand and pour with the other.
Exactly. So, as you can see, my sauce is looking nice and thick, right? And so Sarah's added that first drop of butter. And make sure that first drop is completely mixed in before you add any more, right? And so after that first drop, she's just given a very, very slow stream of butter. And you can pause from time to time, right? And just make sure you catch up, right? Whisking it in. And you'll notice how the butter whisks directly into the sauce, right? You see how that happens? That is the emulsification, right? That is the butter emulsifying into that sauce base, right? So make sure you keep whisking. Do not stop, right? Do not stop whisking until all of that butter is incorporated. And you'll notice it will get thick. It'll be like mayonnaise.
It's whiskey business to stop whisking.
Nice. So we have added all of our clarified butter to this sauce, right? And I'm just whisking it up. And can you see this over here? Look at that. You see how it looks like mayonnaise, right? It's got that really nice shine to it. It's got that sheen, okay? And so at this point, what you want to do is give it a quick taste, all right? Ours needs just a pinch more truffle salt, right? And ours is seasoned perfect.
Nice.
Okay, so again, we added all of our clarified butter very, very slowly, emulsified it in. And so the next step, right? And not to get too ahead of ourselves, but when you hold hollandaise or béarnaise, right? When you hold sauce béarnaise, it's got to be this balancing act of temperature, okay? So this sauce, if it gets too cold, it'll solidify too much, right? If it gets too hot, it'll actually separate, okay? So you got to keep it in a place that's warm, not hot, right? So one of the ways that this works very, very well, right? If you want to do this, just turn your oven on to about 350. Okay, and when we wrap this sauce up, we're just gonna put it next to our oven. All right.
You know, like where you put your spoon, like you're mixing something, you put your spoon off to the side.
Exactly.
That's that landing zone for the béarnaise.
Exactly. So what we're gonna do over here is grab this plastic wrap and just wrap up the top of this bowl, because béarnaise loves to form a skin on it. Okay. So we got to keep this béarnaise nice and warm. That way it does not solidify. Right. And so, yeah, Pam and Andy, you want to taste that sauce. If you think it needs an extra pinch of salt, go ahead and add it, right? But you totally see at this point, right, how that reduction is so important to get that balance of flavor, right? So, again, we have wrapped up our sauce, and we're just going to put it next to our oven, okay? Just like that. So, I know that's a lot of steps, and to be completely honest, sauce béarnaise is like one of the most advanced techniques that you can make as a chef. You know what I mean? For real. Like, I have broken this sauce probably 1,000 times. Okay, so if your sauce is a little bit broken, right, or it might not necessarily look exactly how you want it, do not worry, right? You got 1-800-CALL-A-CHEF right here with you. But we would love to see how that sauce is. Okay, so if you just want to show us that sauce before you wrap it up and put it off to the side, we would love
Patty, that's looking awesome.
to check it out.
Check it out.
Oh, Patty Matthews. Can we see that one more time, please? I believe this is Mike. Yeah, beautiful. Nice. Ainsley, that's perfect right there.
That's
Perfect.
All right, we got Diane Dooley over here.
Diane,
Nice.
gorgeous.
Unbelievable.
Gorgeous sauce. All right, Kevin, let's see that sauce.
Oh, nice sauce.
Stunning sauce, Kevin.
Connor Nickel over here.
All right, we got Connor Nickel.
Nice.
Yes.
Adam Knoll.
All right.
There
Nice,
you go,
guys,
over at Adam
perfect.
Knowles' house.
Carter, that's looking great.
Nice.
Leo, that's looking
Ben.
awesome.
What's up, Jeanette?
Nice.
And
Troy,
Carly
beautiful.
over here.
Nice.
Nice,
And
guys.
beautiful
Way
sauce.
to go, yeah. Kimberly, awesome sauce. Robert, looking
What's Jennifer
great.
saying? Jennifer, mine is rad.
Yeah, Jennifer, awesome. Keep it
All right,
warm as
we got
possible.
Robert over here. Where's Jennifer? Jennifer, I want to see this rad sauce.
Then we got Natalie Nichols.
Natalie, can we see that one more time, please? Perfect. Perfect. All right, Jennifer Gardy, we're coming in there.
And Bree and
Look
Travis.
at this rad sauce over there.
Nice rad sauce.
That is some scientifically rad sauce, Jennifer.
Yeah, Cheyenne.
Love science.
Bree and Travis,
that.
we do not
And
want to
then-
put it in the oven.
And then Thera, can we see that sauce one more time? Miss
Charlene,
Charlene,
How you looking
can we
over
see
there?
that sauce over there? Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Woo!
All right, Thera, can we
Nice.
see that?
Check it out one more time.
Sorry, Thera, can we see that one more time? Yeah, that looks gorgeous.
Nice.
That is beautiful sauce over there. Nicely done. Nice. All right,
then we
over
got
at the Jarrett family household, let's see this sauce out there.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Times two.
Times two. Look at that. Two beautiful sauces.
Wow, they
Side by
nailed it.
side.
Awesome, guys.
Nailing it.
All right, then how about Tal John? How's that sauce come out?
All right, Tal, let's see it over there.
Oh,
Nice
God.
sauce.
Luxurious.
All right, we got
Okay.
Serena over here.
All right, Serena, let's see that sauce out there.
Yo, nice job.
There you
Look
go.
at that, chef.
There you go, little chef.
Amazing.
And then we got a little.
All right, Meredith. He's like, hey, where's my
Hey,
sauce
where's
at
the
over
sauce?
here?
Sauce over
He's like, hey,
here.
what are we doing over? We whisking the sauce up.
All right, anybody else from Stars to Shots?
All right, any other sauces? Joel, are you sure?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yo, what up,
Oh,
Nice.
great
Look at
job, little
Look at
chef.
this little guy. So cute.
What
All
about
right.
Nadav and Andrew? There, yeah, a little bit over. There.
Oh, we got Carter Olson showing that sauce off
yeah.
right next to that arrow
It
right
looks
there.
great.
Let's see it, Carter.
Woo!
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful sauce, chef.
Nice. Nice.
Nice job over there. We got Lauren. All right, Lauren, we're coming in there.
All right, Lauren. Yeah, if you want us to spotlight you, we will do
We
it.
will do it.
We're gonna do it.
Woo!
That is
Beautiful
gorgeous sauce. Gorgeous.
Nice job, guys. You guys nailed it.
Yeah, Chris and Simona, that looks great over there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice
David
sauce.
and Sharon too, looking really
We got
nice.
Karen. They are
They're
dancing
dancing it
the
up
night away.
as they should.
Yeah.
As they should be.
Sauce does that.
Nice. And Jennifer, it's okay. I haven't fed Daisy yet either, so we'll feed the dogs after.
Yes. All right. So, at this point, we got our sauce cooked, right, and emulsified. And again, just keep it in a warm spot. But now that you've taken all that time to make that beautiful sauce, make sure it doesn't get too hot, okay? Because we've seen sometimes people, they put it in like a warmer or they put it on top of the stove where it's super hot and it will separate a little bit if that happens, right? But, so Anne's asking, do I need more butter? I only added 9 ounces. We're tripping on the recipe. So honestly, Anne, all of the clarified butter that I sent to you, you want to add all of it, okay? You want to make sure you add all of it. And for those of you wondering out there, right, if your sauce is looking a little thin, more butter thickens the sauce, right? I know it seems a little weird, right? But the more fat that you put into the sauce, the thicker it gets, right? It doesn't thin it out, it thickens it. Water will thin it out, right? So, and to be completely honest, Peter, that's a little bit too hot, right? Because 130 will continue cooking the eggs, and when the eggs cook, they seize up and they don't hold that fat the same way, and they'll separate. So, yeah, exactly. It will be a little bit too hot. So the temperature, to be honest, you want it like 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be perfect. Just in to Kevin put it next to the heater vent.
Perfect.
That's perfect temperature, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Nice.
And then Chelsea's got a question.
All right, so Chelsea, if it's starting to split, right, and we're going to come in there just to check it out and see how it is looking. right? But if it's just starting to split, to be completely honest, put a tablespoon of water in there and whisk it in. Because, again, not to nerd out too much, but the sauce is a balance of liquid, right, water, right, in the form of that reduction, and fat in the form of that clarified butter. It's a balance, right? So if the oil starts to separate, there's not enough water. So if you add a little bit of water, you can bring it right back, okay? And again, I know that's kind of going down the rabbit hole of it, but if it's starting to separate, a touch of water will fix your problems. Beautiful. So at this point, we got our sauce made, right? And if you are ready to cook this steak, let's see a thumbs up out there. Oh, yeah. Nice. Chef Kirk is so ready to cook this steak.
Did we see Chef Cashew sauce?
Nice. Oh, wait,
Let's
Chef Cashew.
Let's check out Chef
How does Chef
sauce.
Cashew feel about this sauce over here? I believe Lisa needs
Oh,
a little
Lisa
more
needs
wine.
a refill. Chef, can you
Lisa
get on
needs
that?
a- Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Beautiful.
there you go.
Excellent.
Thank
All right.
Thank you.
We got a refill for Lisa
There we
over
go.
here.
That was very
Thank you, Ben.
important.
Amazing.
Excellent. So yeah, Chelsea, isn't that crazy? That is that's science, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Right,
Science.
Jennifer?
Right, Jennifer. Science.
We're going to check in Jennifer to confirm
We'll just check in with Jennifer. Jennifer, is that science?
about science.
That is science.
Woo!
It is confirmed.
All right.
Jennifer is a scientist. That's confirmed science. Nice. So
Oh,
with that, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get to cooking up our steak. Okay. And so, step one will be to season up this steak.
Oh, Chef, I can help with that.
Chef Sarah, would you like to
I
season
would
it up?
love to. I'm not going to get up as high as I was earlier, but I'm going to make sure that my hand is out of our frame.
Oh,
Season from as high as possible once again, and we are going to season on all sides. Yeah, you got that aroma there?
all sides of
Nice.
that steak,
Okay.
right?
Make sure. I'm going to be a little generous with our truffle salt because we actually put some mushroom and some truffle in here. And so, as crazy as it sounds, it is not a salty salt. So you can be a little bit more generous with this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with your steak, if your steak has a little bit of liquid coming off of it during that tempering process, just pat it dry with a paper towel, okay?
Awesome. I'm going to
Nice.
use the sides, rest of this lovely salt. that's
Oh,
on our plate.
beautiful. Make sure you don't waste any of that salt.
Do not.
Don't do it.
And for all of you first timers, we sent you a bunch more salt than you need, and that's just a gift from us. So you can use that on your eggs, but don't feel like you need to use all of it in this class. Everything else is measured out, but the salt we're a little generous on.
Yeah, you can use it later.
Yeah.
Excellent. So at this point, we have our New York strip steak seasoned up, right? And sorry, I'm just laughing because of this science conversation in the chat bar. And so this cut of steak is a New York strip steak, right? Which, if any of you have ever had a T-bone before, that's the larger side of the T-bone. If you were going to imagine what cut of meat that is, right? Imagine on you, right, where your last rib is, okay? In between your last rib and your hip bone, right? That's the strip loin, okay? And that's where this cut of meat comes from. All right, so check out your strip loin back there. Check it out. It's pretty nice. But and so with that, you got that nice layer of fat on the outside, okay? And either side of it, it's basically one muscle is the New York, right? Which makes it very, very simple to cook, okay? Because you're only cooking one muscle as opposed to like a ribeye. You're really cooking like 2 or 3 pieces. So with that, we're gonna cook this piece of steak a la Chef Harold McGee, right? Who is one of our heroes over here at Truffle Shuffle. He's basically a culinary demigod, right? Which we're gonna cook this over high heat, and we're gonna flip the steak every 30 seconds, right? But on high heat the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know that might sound insane, right? But what that yields is the 2 things that you want in a perfectly cooked steak, okay? One is that beautiful crust that you get on the outside, okay? And then 2, you're gonna get that edge to edge temperature, okay? You're not gonna get, like when you go to some of these steakhouses that don't know how to cook meat, you get that crust and then it's like super gray and then there's a little bit of pink and then it's gray again and then it's crust. That is a improperly cooked steak, okay? So that's how we're gonna do it over here. So with that, I'm gonna heat up my pan to high heat, all right? if you have one of those wicked strong stoves, and you know who you are if I'm saying this, if you have a very strong stove, do like medium high, okay? Do both of us a favor. Don't turn it up all the way, right? And so, because we're cooking on high heat, right? If you have a hood vent, okay, turn that hood vent on, right? If you have a window in your kitchen, turn that window on, okay? If you have,
open the window.
Or open the window, okay? If you, right, if you have a door, open it up, right? If you have a small child, you can get them to wave, right? Do the, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
Just get the smoke out of there. If you set off the fire alarm, okay, just give us a thumbs up because we'd like to keep track. We actually have kept track since the beginning of this company how many fire alarms we've set off.
Yeah, 2 today so far.
Yeah, Jason, what number are we at fire alarms at this point?
Fire alarms or kitchen fires?
Just fire alarms. We don't really want to make kitchen fires public knowledge.
Fire alarms is 400.
We're at 400, right? On the dot, fire alarms. So if you set off the fire alarm, you're going to bring us over 400.
We're going to give you a big round of
So just
applause.
give us a thumbs up. You set the fire alarm off or hit it up in the chat bar. We're going to make sure that you're taken care of.
Me trying to turn a window on.
All right, Lauren is trying to turn the window on.
Nice. Science.
What is the count on that? All right, so at this point, we're gonna add all of our canola oil to the pan. Okay, sorry, I got distracted because Carrie's asking about bears in kitchens.
Well, she's saying that they have bears that come into their
Oh, there
kitchen.
are bears
There
over
are
there.
bears over there.
Carrie, be careful.
Yeah, bears are not. I'm afraid of bears. to be honest.
If a bear comes into the kitchen today, let us know so we can get him on camera.
I was gonna say, yeah, we would love to see a bear. On
We want to
this.
see a bear thumbs up out there.
So
Oh no, I'm so scared for Carrie if a bear is in her kitchen.
And then Troy is saying if your window is not turning on, try resetting it. Exactly. Just unplug it and then plug it back in.
All right, so just a refresher. We're resetting our window. Our pan here is on high, and we've got the canola oil in the pan, correct?
Troy, where are you at, dude? All right, so our canola oil is in the pan. It is on high heat, right? And you want that oil to start smoking, okay? You want to get it smoking hot, all right? So once you see that oil smoking, you can then visually confirm the oil is hot enough, okay? And at that moment, you can then add the steak, right? Add that steak. Look at that steak. Put it in that pan. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And then let it sizzle, all right?
Sizzle.
And so one of the ways that you'll notice if your pan is hot enough is if you can move the steak around, right? You don't want to let the steak stick at all. And that 100% has to do with how hot the pan is before you put the steak in, right? If you put that steak in and it sticks a little bit, just get it hotter the next time that you cook the steak, okay? You want it to not stick at all, right? So, as you can see over here, I'm cooking this steak, and what we're going to do is flip this steak over every 30 seconds, all right? And I know that sounds crazy, but you're going to see the end result. So I'm coming up with my first 30 seconds, and the way you want to flip it, if you see on my screen, right, my steak is right here. Right here is an open space in the pan, okay? And so when I flip my steak, I want to flip it to a part of the pan that's open because that part is much hotter, okay? So you can see, flip that steak over, onto my next side, okay? So, again, 30 seconds per side.
And if they don't want to use a spoon, that's what the tongs are for.
Yeah, sorry, you should probably use tongs, okay?
Tyler is a professional. He can use a spoon.
I'm sorry, I've just been using a spoon my whole life.
We recommend
You can use a spoon and you can burn your fingers, right? Like I have for the past 20 years of my life. Okay, or you can use tongs intelligently. Yeah, Hillary knows what's up. Exactly. So, at this point, right? So there's a technique associated with this Okay, and we're actually going to use the tongs to demonstrate this, so that way everyone's staying safe. All right, so what I need you to do is grab the tongs in one hand, okay? And you can grab a friend or an assistant. Yeah, Yoshi or Koji down there, nailing this technique. All right, so grab the tongs in one hand, Koji, and then you want to grab your cocktail in the other hand, okay?
Or a glass of wine.
Right? So grab your cocktail in the other hand, okay? Yeah, Orlando, you are nailing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Meredith.
All
right, and I'm going to come in here, and as you can see, I'm going to take this steak, all right, and I'm going to flip this steak over, okay, and as I nail the landing, right, I'm going to sip on that cocktail.
This is called the flip and sip.
It's called the flip and sip.
It's an evolution of the
Okay.
bend and snap.
So, Chef Kirk out there knows all about sticking the landing, right? So once you stick that landing, sip that cocktail, right? That's exactly what you're looking for. That's the flip and sip. All right, so if you are knocking out that flip and sip out there, we want to see it. Okay, let's see the flip and sip in action.
Yeah, Lauren, exactly. So with the crust, we're kind of building that crust slowly. That's why we're flipping it. So you're going to notice it's going to develop more and more as we flip it more frequently.
Exactly. So Bree and Travis, they are separating their responsibilities of the flipping and the sipping.
They designated one person flips, the other
Yeah,
sips.
Bree is nailing that flip. Travis is nailing that sip.
Awesome.
Yeah, nice job.
We got towels.
Alright, we got
Nice,
towels
guys.
preparing the sip.
There we go.
Nicely done.
We got Adam Knoll over here.
Oh, we got Adam Knoll over here.
Oh, yeah!
Let's see it, Adam. Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, man, you can tell Adam's cooled down.
Nice.
Nice.
saute pan, Adam. Stunning.
Nailing that. We got Gazella over here.
All right, Gazella, let's see it. Nice beanie, Gazella.
And then we got Allison.
What's up, Allison? Amazing. Oh, we got Mike and Maggie with the fire alarm over there. Woo! Mike, set up that fire alarm. There you go. Nice. Beautiful. Oh, Craig's iPad is absolutely crushing this flip and sip over here.
What up, man?
Let's see it, Ann.
All right. Oh, there's Craig's iPad. Can you check him out?
Oh, yeah, let's see Craig's iPad. Look at this.
Hey, nice.
Nicely done. Beautiful. So, at this point, right, I've been continuing to sip as I flip. All right. There you go, Chelsea. And so, I'm going to cook my steak to just over medium rare, right? Personally, I love steak between medium rare and medium. So, exactly. So, essentially, if you want your steak rare, take it out at this point, okay? If you want it just over medium rare, follow my lead. So, what you're looking for in terms of the steak cooking is you want to cook it to feel, right? So, check out my steak in my pan, right? You see that beautiful crust?
Nice crust.
All right, and I'm going to press on the largest part of my steak with my fingers. And can you see this? I'm coming up nice and close, okay? And as I press down, the steak bounces back up at me, right? You see that? That is perfectly cooked, okay? So, sorry, cook that steak until it bounces back up at you, all right? And that'll be perfectly cooked, okay? So, at this point, mine is medium rare, just over. I want to show it to you, right? So, check out that crust that I've got. Looks gorgeous, but I got to make sure that I get this fat part, right? So, you see that crust? So, Jason's got our John Madden style NFL drawing over here. So, Chef, you see, yeah, there you go. There's my crust, right? And then there is my fat. Okay, so I want to cook that fat side. So I'm going to go fat side down, and then I'm going to tilt my pan, right? And just let the fat side of that steak get nice and caramelized. Okay?
We got Lindsay and Bill with the fire alarm.
Oh, we got Bill Menard and Lindsay with a fire alarm.
Nice.
Nicely done.
You see how they're looking over there.
So, at this point, right, as you can see, I got my steak. I seared that fat side, right? And so now I'm going to start basting it up. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat down to about medium. All right. And first I'm going to add my butter. And then, Sarah, you want to show them what you want to do with that garlic?
Absolutely. So that's our whole butter that we've added that we've got left, right? And we want to WWE smack these cloves of garlic.
Oh my gosh.
That was, I'm sorry, I was being stubborn. And then we're just going to put these right into the pan. We're going to take all of that time and go all the time.
Oh my gosh. So what you want to do is let it get magical, right? That's the term that we're using here. The magic that happens, right? So tilt that pan back, right? Let that thyme and garlic and butter get to know each other, all right? Infusion, science, okay? And then you want to come in here and just place that thyme and garlic on top of that steak, and then just baste that steak up with that beautiful cooking fat, okay? Oh my gosh. Just give it a little back, all right? And then just like that, you want to take that steak, remove it from the pan, thyme and garlic on top, and just place that steak onto your cutting board, all right? Look at that steak over there. All right, so again, we seared our steak, flipping every 30 seconds, basted it up, right? I cooked mine to about medium rare, and now we have it resting on this cutting board over here.
And if you're a foodie, you can check out On Food and Cooking. That's written by Harold McGee, who we talked about, and that's where this technique is spoken about too.
Yeah. So good. So
we got Topeka and our fire alarm over there.
Oh, we got Topeka and the fire alarm. Are you kidding me? There you go, Topeka. Yes. Nicely done.
Yes.
Nicely done. All right, so
Topeka's going to be joining us
Yo,
for our
look.
pasta class.
we got Topeka joining us for our pasta class at the end of the month. Topeka, I love that bass move that you got going on over there. We got like the long lens. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Hey, she just wrote a book, you guys. Let's give her a round of applause. That's a crazy accomplishment.
Yeah. An entire book. Amazing. Nice. So, this is looking pretty good, this steak.
Looking real nice.
Looking delicious. So, as you can see over here, check out that steak, right? Now that we got our steak out of the pan, it's got to rest for a little bit. You want to make sure you got that thyme and garlic on top. That way, just in case anyone that comes into the kitchen, you can just point at that steak and say, I am a trained professional, as per the way that that steak looks right there. Right?
Yeah.
So, this is what our steak looks like.
I feel like it's a safety net too. Like, don't mess with my steak; it's resting.
Yeah, don't touch my steak. All right, need a little thyme on this steak.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch that.
Don't
steak.
touch the steak.
All right, so as our steak is resting over here, we would love to see how your steaks are looking. Okay, so as you can see from this public service announcement style, right? We want to see those steaks. Okay, let's see those steaks.
Oh, Julian is ready over there. All right, Patty.
Oh, Patty, beautiful.
Nice.
Then we got Ross Honeycutt over here.
Oh, we got Ross Honeycutt out there.
We got Meredith.
Nice.
Meredith, what is happening in the kitchen behind you? Is that an infrared light?
She is crushing it. That's
We got Jeff and Allison over here.
Jeff
looking
and Allison.
awesome, guys.
We got Maya and Ainsley.
All right, Mainsley, let's see that steak.
They've done this
Amazing
before.
mask. And we got
Nice.
Chef
Orlando.
Jackson.
Chef Jackson.
Awesome
Chef, can
job,
we see this
Jeff.
steak over here?
Awesome job.
Nice steak. Is that a big steak and a little steak?
Yeah, what is the
Aw.
difference between these two steaks, Jackson?
Nice steak.
Chef Jackson, which steak did you cook?
Which steak did you cook, bud?
Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
you are eating.
It is his favorite food.
Oh, we
All
got
right,
Jackson
Kevin.
and Kevin over
All right,
here.
Kevin, can we see that steak over there? Oh,
Peter King.
we got Chef Peter King in the house.
We got Kurt Flaco.
Kurt, beautiful wine.
I mean, you know it's
Kurt is always drinking that
always
wine.
drinking.
Yo,
Always
let's go to
fun.
Chelsea Blackwell. All right, Chelsea Blackwell, can we see those steaks out there?
Yeah.
Nice.
We
Lisa
got
looking
Pamela Blackwell
awesome.
over here.
Pamela looking great.
Pamela, gorgeous.
Oh, we got Jennifer Doherty.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice,
Nice.
nice
And
knife.
we got Mike
What
Pegler.
kind of knife is that?
Oh, nice steak.
Oh, we got Mike Pegler showing off those steaks.
Nice.
Yeah,
Jeanette.
gorgeous.
Andy looking beautiful.
Oh,
we got
there.
Andy,
Canola
no.
here.
3 steaks? Are you kidding me?
What?
Beautiful.
Nice, guys.
Nicely done.
Awesome job
All
out
right,
there.
Lauren wants us to know that it's just the lighting.
Got it. Nice, Lisa.
All right, so
We got Laura McIntyre over here.
Laura McIntyre. Oh, beautiful steak.
Pam
got-
looking
And
awesome.
Molina.
Oh,
Nice. Koji looking great.
Serena over here.
go Serena.
Awesome job, guys. Let's see Mel's out there.
All right, Mel. Let's see it.
Nice,
Oh,
great.
wow. Troy.
Troy, let's check it
We got
out.
Troy over here.
We got Troy.
Wow. Troy unplugged that
Oh,
steak
careful.
and certainly plugged it back in. That
Yes,
steak
he
is
did.
plugged in, Chef.
Troy is the certified Truffle Shuffle window tech.
Certified
Thank you, Window Tech.
window IT professional.
What up? Love that shirt. Amazing.
Oh, James iPad.
We got Jane over here.
Jane, can you
Nice.
see that steak over here?
Awesome job, Jane.
Nicely done.
And then we got Mary Lou over here. How's
Let's
that
see it.
steak, Mary Lou?
Mary Lou, how is that steak? Chef Mary Lou's iPad.
Maybe finish
Oh,
it
can we
up.
see Sherry and Aaron right here?
And we got Sharon and Aaron.
Sherry and Aaron, beautiful.
Nice.
Awesome, guys. Great job out there.
Oh, look
We
at
got
the beef.
Chef Davika.
All right, Davika. Where
There
was
we
the
go.
steak at? Where's Soha at?
Oh man, look at Diane Hart and all these steaks. over here.
Diane, unbelievable looking steak, Chef.
Unbelievable.
Awesome. Grandma
She
of
has
the
been
year over there.
seriously working it today.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And Bernard, just hang out for a little bit longer. Let those steaks rest. It will make all the difference.
Oh, Patty, we're in the background of this Instagram photo right
Yeah,
now.
we're getting in here.
Yeah, we're getting in there.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
beautiful, guys. Way ahead. Nice.
Dang.
We got Charlene over here.
Beautiful.
Oh, Charlene, stunning steak. Caitlin is saying,
That's pretty sick.
Caitlin is saying, yes. That's correct.
Yeah.
Caitlin.
We'll come over
Excellent.
there, Caitlin.
All right, Caitlin,
Oh,
can we see this?
yes,
Yo,
queen.
yes.
There you go.
Very exciting.
Oh, nice steak.
Nice steak, Team Caitlin.
Play Gooba by 6'9".
Oh my gosh.
Nice try.
Should I still be whisking? Andy is asking that question. I can't say no.
On another class, they tricked me into playing WAP.
No.
Yeah, not happening
Not
again,
happening
guys.
again.
Careful with that one.
All right.
All right.
Because we're not aware of pop culture. Over
Yeah, we're really not.
Nice.
That's why we're still in the early 2000s with Missy Elliott over here.
Carrie is still laughing at that.
Carrie is still laughing. Thank you, Carrie.
Awesome.
Glad someone finds it funny.
All right.
All right.
All right. Tell me, Chef.
Sarah, that is some beautiful looking sauce. So
Thank
at this
you
point,
so much.
we want to finish our sauce. So Chef Sarah, can you walk us through the finishing of
I would love to walk
this
through
Béarnaise
the finishing
sauce?
move. So I've taken it from my warm little spot right next to my oven
Mm-hmm.
and take off the plastic wrap. And then we are going to add, sorry. Yeah, we're going to wait till we get that camera.
Perfect. Just keep going.
Okay, perfect. And I'm going to take all of our chopped tarragon, and we're going to put it right into our Béarnaise. Now, officially turning it Béarnaise from Hollandaise.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to mix all of that in there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Once you add that tarragon, that is known as the magical moment. Okay? It's literally magic happening. Mel knows exactly what we're talking about over here. They are literally recording this magical moment over at Mel's house. Woo! Nice. It is very exciting when you add the tarragon to that sauce, right? It really is. It's like that's the point of no return. That's when it becomes this delicious sauce Béarnaise, right? So as you can see over here, look at our sauce, right? Oh my gosh. Look at that.
And then, Chef Tyler, do you want to taste that for us? See if we need any extra seasoning?
You want to taste it. You can use your finger when you taste it, right?
How are we doing?
That is literally spot on.
Amazing.
Okay? Nice.
Awesome. And
So-
then we have to do the Béarnaise high five, right?
We got to do the Béarnaise high five. Okay? So once you got that Béarnaise seasoned up,
There we go.
all right, you want to come in here and Sarah and I are going to demonstrate it.
Woo!
Great, Chef. Oh.
Ready?
Oh!
Oh!
All right, then we got Kevin.
That's okay.
All right, Kevin and Justin. Oh, there's the Béarnaise high five over there. Nicely done. Nicely done. Yes.
Forget you're so much stronger than me.
I'm sorry. I
It's
didn't mean
okay.
to,
It was okay. I felt it. I'm like ready. I was like,
Yeah,
it was building up to
jazzed
something,
up,
and so
right?
I feel like it was good. Yeah.
Nice. So, yeah, Joel knows what's up with the Béarnaise high five. Yeah, they're hitting that Béarnaise high five over there. Perfect. Excellent. And so, at this point, right, all that is left. Wait a second. Over at Orlando's house,
Oh, all right.
let's see
Chef.
this Béarnaise high five out there. Oh!
Oh!
Look at that behind the back.
Nice.
What?
That's awesome.
Any other Béarnaise high fives that we got out there? We got Caitlin over here. All right, Caitlin, let's see this Béarnaise high five. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh!
oh my God.
Oh my God!
Oh, be careful. Look at that. Oh,
Awesome.
look at this. We got Julia over here. High fiving. Let's see that Béarnaise high five.
We got Lauren over there.
Oh, we got Lauren.
Let's high five
Coming
that
in for
window.
that high five.
Not
Oh,
with
be
the
careful with the knife. Nice. Nicely done.
We got Ross on his
Oh,
side.
all right, Ross. Let's see it. The Ravenclaw Béarnaise high five.
And then we got Chef Jackson and Christina.
Jeff, Jackson, and Christina over here. Nicely done, Christina. Amy. All right, Jared
Oh.
family.
Oh.
Look at this.
Something we don't know about.
Nice.
Awesome.
We got Chef Cashew about to high five.
Jeff Cashew about to high five this Béarnaise.
Looking great.
Oh,
Nice.
Lisa. Oh, look at
Unbelievable.
this. The Béarnaise high five is a special moment. All right, Marsha and Thomas. All right, Giselle, can we see a Béarnaise high five over there? Oh, yeah, I'll hit you with that Béarnaise high five.
Whoa.
There we go. Nice. All right. So at this point, all that is left to do is to carve this steak, right? Chef Sarah, would you like to guide us through the carving of this steak?
I would love to. I'm going to set this lovely thyme and garlic off to the side. We can use that for a garnish a little bit later.
Garni.
Yep, totally. I'm going to take it out of my little puddle there. And now I'm looking for about a 1/2 inch to 3/8 of an inch in my steak slices, correct, Chef?
That is exactly correct.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to go down and kind of do a sawing motion until I get to the bottom, but not press too hard.
Exactly. So whenever you're carving, let the knife do the work, okay? So just move the knife back and forth, right? You don't ever want to press. You don't ever want to push with the knife. Just move it back and forth. And keep moving it back and forth all the way until you hit the cutting board. And then even then, you can keep sawing it back and forth. And that's how you get that super sharp carve, okay?
And if that's not really working for some people, that may mean they need to sharpen their knife, right?
Yeah, exactly. You might need to sharpen your knife if that's not happening.
We'll do a knife sharpening class for everybody.
Yeah, one of these days we'll do a knife sharpening class if you guys want that. Knife skills, knife sharpening.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one to go hand in.
Yeah. Nice.
And then we'll
look at
do
that.
some sort of like Sarah cocktail called the Cutting Edge.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
How about drinking cocktails and sharpening knives?
And playing with knives.
Knives and cocktails. This is a good idea. Oh, beautiful. Look at that steak.
All right, I'm going to take this last little bit. That's
Nice.
your snack attack right
Oh,
there.
that is snack attack. And then look at that steak. All right, so that is exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so with the finished steak, as you'll notice, it's got that edge to edge temperature, right? You see how there's 0 gray line, right? It's perfectly cooked edge to edge, and there's a crust on both sides, right? That is a perfectly cooked steak, and you want to make sure to taste test it.
Oh, yeah. And then I'm just going to go in and lay this out on our lovely board here, our plate that we've selected.
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay, how'd I do?
Beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you, Chef.
Nice looking steak over there.
Clean up my edge right here. Amazing. Awesome. And then I'll just trade you and take this out of the way if you like.
Nice. So this is our steak carved up over here. We're gonna finish this sauce up. And if you have any of those cooking juices, right, in that sauce, right, you want to transfer those juices into
Nice.
that Béarnaise, okay? Don't ever waste that. That stuff, after you carve that steak, that has so much flavor in it, right? You never want to waste that. So, you can add that into the Béarnaise, okay? Just stir it in. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Sarah, you want to go over the top with that Béarnaise?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do the sauce and then you do the truffles.
Of course.
Perfect.
So at this point, all that's left to do is sauce it up, right? And you always want more sauce than you need, okay? Every single time. Anytime you're serving sauce, give people more than exactly what they need, right?
The guest wants it.
The guest you can always find ways to use excess sauce, right? You can dip potatoes in it, right? You can poach a couple eggs and put this Béarnaise on top of it,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Whatever it is, dip broccoli in it, okay? Asparagus.
Right, some green vegetables would be great along with your steak tonight.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. So as you see, Sarah distributing that sauce, putting the little dollop over there.
I'll do that right there.
Nice.
And then how about this? Do a fancy move and then.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. The chef move, right? And if you decided to go with that black winter truffle, at this point, you want to bust out your truffle shaver, right? And just go ahead and get those truffles all over the top of that steak, okay? And if you're looking for some fresh truffles, we got them.
We got them.
They're at the height of the season. Okay, you can buy them fresh on our website. Don't miss out. Beautiful. And then last, but certainly not least, we're going to come over the top with a final sprinkle of that Balinese Truffle Salt.
Yeah. Because it is also the perfect finishing salt.
Absolutely. And so there you have it. look at that steak over there. That is the lovely steak Béarnaise.
Unbelievable.
Gorgeous. So, this is how our steak is looking over here. We would love to see how your steak Béarnaise came out. So go ahead, show it to the camera.
Show us that finished product.
Let's see that finished product. Makes you feel like a champion.
We got Kathy over here. Oh my God, Kathy. Very nice job there.
There you go, Kathy.
We got Bree and Travis over here. Chelsea Blackwell.
Nice potato.
We got Chris and Simona. Oh my God.
Wow.
Perfect.
We got Mike Pegler over here. How's that steak?
All right, Mike Pegler.
Oh, Andy.
Andy Ellis with the K.
Andy, you should still be whisking. Nice. Look at that steak.
Nice
Awesome
job,
job over
Chef.
there.
See it. Oh my God.
Way to go, Chef.
Beautiful.
We got Diane Hart in the house. We got Chef Karen over here. Unbelievable. Oh, we got Joelle over here. Nice job, Joelle.
All right, Joel. Let's see it.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Yo, look at this. Look at this sauce move from Joel.
Nice swoosh. We got Andy and Crystal Powers. Oh, we got Ross Honeycutt over here.
Ross, beautiful.
Nice green beans.
We got Chef Cashew over here.
Oh, yeah.
Chef Cashew.
We got Jane's iPad. What up, Jane?
What's up, Jane?
Alright, we got Chef Troy over here. Unbelievable job
nice
there,
salad.
Chef Troy.
Nice
Great
arugula.
steak.
Nice arugula salad, Troy.
We got Jennifer Johnston.
Beautiful.
Nice truffle, Jennifer.
We got Kirk Plateau over here.
Oh, Kirk.
Kirk, we're sending you a truffle
Kirk,
saver.
we're sending you a truffle
Yeah,
shaver.
Kirk, don't worry. It'll be there.
We're gonna overnight it. It'll be there Tuesday.
Yep.
Alright, we got the Jarrett family over
All right,
here.
Jared family. How is it looking over there? Oh, beautiful.
Alright, we got Carrie A. Let's see
Carrie,
that, Carrie.
she teaches high school students.
She knows better than we do.
She knows better than we do not to listen to this music. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful steak, Carrie. Gorgeous.
Alright, we got Tal Don over here. Let's see that steak.
Let's see it, Tal.
What? Amazing.
Nicely
Nice
done.
steak.
Oh,
Alright, who else?
Mel looking awesome. Jenny, amazing. Pam and Andy, crushing it.
nice.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, we got Dabiga. How is that steak looking over there? Nice. We got Maisha over here too. Maisha, how is that steak?
Nice. We got Maisha.
Excellent. Perfect. Caitlin over here. Look at this finished product, Caitlin. Pam and Andy are showing off those steaks as well. Oh, what's up, Mel? Yeah,
Oh,
we
we
see
got
you
Mel
over there.
over
What's
here.
up, Mel? How is that steak looking?
Woo!
Beautiful.
Amazing job.
Awesome job, guys.
Nice.
Alright, then how about Mary Lou?
All right, Mary Lou. Mary Lou, how is this steak tasting?
Then we got David over here. How's that steak over there, David?
David Waldman, how is the steak tasting? Oh, here we go.
That dog is very jealous. It looks incredible.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
And then can we go back to that last thing again? Can we see Craig's iPad over here? Craig's iPad. How is this steak tasting over there, Chef? Nice.
Nice, Jeff. It's gone.
There is no more
Amazing.
steak.
And
And
then
then
about
Thera.
Thera. How'd it come out, Thera?
Thera, how's this steak come out?
Oh, perfect.
Beautiful steak.
And then we got Ann
Natalie,
Farley
too.
over here.
Nice. There you go, Ann Farley. Ooh. Yeah, there you go. Fist bumping that steak.
Nice. Hey, can we check out Natalie? Nickel?
All right, we're coming into Natalie, and then
All
we're
right.
going to tell you guys about next week.
Natalie Nickel, we're coming in there.
Oh, perfect.
There you go, Natalie.
Awesome job.
All right. Anybody else want to show us their steak?
Any other steaks?
David looking beautiful.
Oh,
down
we got
there.
Jacinth and Kevin over here.
Nice plates.
Nice.
Look
Oh,
at those
nice.
underliners, chef. Well done.
All right.
Awesome.
Right.
And so this is the first class that we're going to start offering a video class. So if you guys know anyone that you think would want to enjoy this steak Béarnaise, we got it live on the website.
Or if you want to do it again.
Yeah, if you
This
want
is
to
a
do it
pretty
again, we'll send it
delicious
to you
dinner.
one more time.
You can't save the sauce, so you'll just have to make it again.
Yep. Nice.
Awesome.
So, with that, next week, Sarah.
Next week. So next week is super exciting. As Tyler explained earlier, we got our start selling fresh truffles. That's how Truffle Shuffle began. And one of the chefs that we sold fresh truffles to was named Jackson Yu. And he is a master sushi maker, has been in San Francisco for about 20 years now, making incredible sushi. I never know which side it's on. It's right here.
Right there.
Right there. But he's going to be hosting this class along with us because we are not the most qualified to tell you how to make sushi, but he most certainly is. And so we'll be going through that. We're going to make sushi rice from scratch. And if you're someone like me that honestly, for some reason, I just can't make rice, I'm super excited for that part. We're going to be making 3 different rolls. We're going to have a Tokyo tea cocktail mixer, and we're going to be broadcasting from his restaurant, Omakase, which is a 1 Michelin star restaurant in San Francisco. So that's where we're going to be hosting the show from.
Exactly. And so we're going to be making 3 different kinds of sushi. We're doing a Hamachi and Scallion Maki roll, right? We're going to be doing a 49er roll, right, which is avocado and crab on the inside, and then slices of salmon and thin slices of lemon on the outside.
Yeah, it kind of looks like,
Yeah.
that roll.
Looks very similar to that roll.
That roll.
And then we're going to be making a kura sushi as well, which is salmon roe, right? So nori, salmon, right? Salmon roe.
Thanks, Jason.
That is a panda sushi roll. Okay. And then we're working with Chef Jackson. We're going to send all of you his handmade soy sauce, right? Fresh grated wasabi and pickled ginger. Okay, so all the condiments that you want to eat with sushi, we're going to send all of it to you, and it's from Jackson's recipe. So he is the man, and he is unbelievably talented. We would love to see all of you there. If you want to do the truffle upgrade, truffle and sushi is delicious, right?
Mm.
So
we got a couple questions here. Is the class at noon or 2?
Yep. So we're doing the class at noon. It's going to be from Omakase and Kirk, 100%. We're going to send you a sushi mat.
In the kit. Everyone gets a sushi mat in the kit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Awesome. So just like any other time, we are setting you up for success there.
Beautiful.
Awesome. And then for anyone that wasn't able to see the video at the beginning of the class, it'd be cool to finish out the class and show them the video from New Year's Eve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then whoever won our sauce contest we did earlier, just make sure Jason gets your email address, and we'll square you away with that free kit for next week.
Amazing.
Go ahead and direct message Truffle Shuffle.
We have no idea.
Nice.
All right.
Well, it has been such a pleasure. It is always amazing spending Sunday with you all. I hope you enjoy that steak, enjoy that Béarnaise. Hope you might have learned something new that you never done before. And so with that, hope you have an amazing rest of your night.
Thank you so much, guys.
Nice. Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you next week.
You want to tell them what this video is here?
Oh, yeah. So this is just a little compilation of shots from our New Year's Eve class. If you didn't join us for it, you'll just have to join us for the next big extravaganza that we plan. But we partnered with the Speakeasy in San Francisco, and just if you want to stay on, feel free and just read and enjoy.
And you watch me and Jason DJ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and me saber a whole bunch of bottles.
Charlene has a very good cameo in this.
Nice.
Yeah, Charlene's in here.
Yeah, she looks great. Thanks, guys.
Deal with it.
Bye.
So now.
We have no idea where the DJ is, so now. What's up, Button Show? Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to a little DJ Tyler action. Bet you didn't know we could do that. We want to see these hands move.
I'm going to savor this bottle of champagne, and we are just going to go right into this. One fell swoop.
Get back here. 1920. Well, that's pretty good. Get back here. Get back here. Ah, what are you doing? Wait. Get back here.
That was awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, let's see what I've got, guys. You want to bust open next that stunning brown butter Shalot out there. Oh my god. Alright, that's probably enough. Oh, wait a second. Oh my god, we're gonna need a little bit more. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Nice.
Check it out,
Ultra
guys.
party.
I got our Truffle
Mhm.
Truffle crew out here.